First of all, Rockville Rockets, they're the 5 seed in the tournament here, and this is the 4-5 game, the opening game of the District 8 4A tournament. Rockville coming in at 5-23 on the season, 0-12 in district play, and they will have Cameron Curtis lead off and bat third. Sam Harding will play second and bat second. It's A.J. Langston playing first base and batting third. Jay Insani will be the designated hitter in the 4-hole. It'll be Mason Donahue playing right field and batting fifth. Batting sixth, Tylen Green, the left fielder. Batting seventh, Landon Lozano. He will play shortstop today. And batting eighth, Nick Grissoff. He is the catcher in the game today for the Rockville Rockets. And batting ninth will be today's pitcher, Ty Newton. And let's see, playing center field will be Owen Guidry. He will not bat. So that is your Rockville lineup. Now look at the Oakland Patriots, and they are 11-19. They are 4-8 in the district. 3 of their 4 wins in district play came against Rockville. The other came against the Siegel Stars in the opening series of the season. Asher Evans will bat first and play second base. It's Hunter Rather catching and batting second. Isaiah Verge will play shortstop and bat third. In the 4-hole will be J.D. Wheaton. He is going to play right field today as well. The center fielder, Chris Richardson, he will bat fifth. Batting sixth, Carson Pack, the third baseman. Your DH is Patrick Freeman, and he'll bat seventh. Batting eighth, Cole Altop. Cole will play first base and bat eighth. Batting ninth will be Damani Moten, and he will play left field. And your pitcher today is Micah Freeman, and he will not bat. Micah Freeman with a 2.63 ERA pitching against Ty Newton here at Riverdale High School, the host site of the tournament, and that is a look at your starting lineups. Fans Heating and Air, JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, yearbooks, lettered jackets, rings, all that kind of stuff. They help schools photography, do a lot of that great stuff. And, of course, Winners Trophies here in Murfreesboro. That's your starting lineups there.
Oh, that it?
That's
okay.
it.
I want to already, let's go ahead and get it out of the way because I'm excited about it. I got a fresh bowl of banana pudding from Mary Woodson, and I think it's the best banana pudding that's ever been made. Now, that's high compliment right there.
That's high praise, and it was definitely good. And
what was so surprising was Kevin got it here with everything intact.
Oh, I'm sure he's had to do this numerous times.
But one thing he did do that I thought was really good, he dispersed the banana pudding very equally to everyone. Didn't give you more than he gave me. It was all fair and square.
You know, like I said, I think he's had practice. It looked like this was not his rookie outing with the banana pudding.
You know, I imagine he gets kind of tired of just, hey, we like you, Kevin, but can you have some banana pudding?
Yeah, for Mary.
Yeah, I'd say that gets kind of old. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I wonder if Randy King ever got any banana pudding. I wonder if he did.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, boy.
Gary Johnson, too. I bet he did, too. Yeah, it's worldwide. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have first pitch here. It's Rockville and Oakland here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
If your old unit needs a tune-up, the professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air service all major brands and even offer same-day service in most cases. Keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro Partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass. Online at PrenticeAllsup.com.
Pizza.
Murfreesboro's favorite pizza is now hiring at all 3 local locations. That's right. We want you to join the Sir Pizza team. Stop in at our East Main, Veterans Parkway, or Memorial Boulevard locations and let us know how you'd like to join the Sir Pizza family. Also, we've made it even easier to order for carryout or delivery. Just head on over to sirpizzatn.com.
Sir Pizza, you made me love pizza again.
Craig's Tax Service at 142 Heritage Park Drive offers complete tax preparation, financial, and bookkeeping services.
This is Brandon Craig with Craig's Tax Service. We're proud to support all Rutherford County athletes.
Craig's Tax Service reminds you that it makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We've been serving Rutherford County since 1988.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
We're just off Memorial Boulevard at 142 Heritage Park Drive.
Dr. Automotive is the cure for your car. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer have been providing Rutherford County with ASE certified auto repair for nearly 20 years. You'll receive courteous and friendly customer service every time. Why? Because we grew up here and you are our neighbors. Foreign and domestic auto repair and maintenance on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna, just off I-24. SmyrnaAutorepair.com. 615-220-0971. Just ask for Danny.
I'm State Farm Agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game today is brought to you by good neighbor State Farm Agent Dana Womack out at 805 South Church Street between Farm Credit and the Post Office. That's State Farm Agent Dana Womack, 900-0877. And just a brief look at our schedule coming up. We have Stewart's Creek playing tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, so a 6:45 airtime. They will play the winner of tonight's Lebanon-Smyrna game, and that is at Lebanon, as Smyrna will travel on the road in the 4-5 game. Laverne also at Cookeville this evening in the 3-6 game. Then the rest of the tournament goes to Stewart's Creek. They're going to be playing the softball tournament in District 7 4A. Smyrna. I'm sorry, that's the same one. They're going to be playing at Smyrna in the softball tournament. So got that to look forward to as well. And Smyrna will await tonight's winner of Lebanon Wilson Central, and Stewart's Creek will await the winner of Cookeville Laverne. They'll play those games tomorrow, and then all of those games are at Smyrna High School in the softball tournament. John is going to take you through the first few innings here tonight, here in this one. And John, this is an important game. You always want to get off to a good start, and we have seen teams come out of playing in this first day. You've got the 4-5 game and the 3-6 game. Did I get that right? I don't think we've got that many, right? But regardless, you have teams that kind of play that first game and kind of get hot. The 2-3 game is the one that's coming up between Siegel and Blackman, since it's a 5-team league. But if you get a game under your belt and you kind of start rolling, we've seen teams make some upsets in the tournament, getting to the championship.
Yeah, and you save pitching, too, if you can win that first game. Defensively, for Oakland, Cole Altop will be at first. Asher Evans at second. Verge is short. Pax over at third. Moton in left. Richardson in center. Wheaton in right. And Hunter Rather doing the catching. And the leadoff hitter for Rockville will be Cameron Curtis, the third baseman. He's hitting .323 currently. Right-handed hitter. Micah Freeman on the mound, and the first pitch swung on, popped away, out of play. 0-1.
Official global game time, 4:32.
Our official game time is 4:32, Brian. That's right on time.
Yeah.
No balls and a strike. Micah Freeman, a hard-throwing right-hander for Oakland. Kicks and fires. High. That is 77 miles an hour. And the count even at a ball and a strike. Unusual for us to be on at this time of the afternoon, but glad to be here. Pitch is up and upstairs, and it's 2-1. I may not have to use my lamp tonight. I kind of like this lamp at Riverdale.
I think you'll be all right without that.
2-1. Pitch lined into left field and a base hit. Leadoff single for Curtis here in the top half of the first. So, Brian, safely to say the no-hitter's gone.
35.
Yep. Didn't waste any time with that. Curtis and Langston are the leading hitters on the team for the Rockville Rockets.
Sam Harding, the batter, left-handed hitter, steps in there. Curtis with some speed at first. From the stretch, the pitch. He bunts it. And it's going to be a foul ball. And pouncing on that baby was Hunter Rather. He was all over it. And he's out in front now. Freeman, that is. No balls and a strike. Coming in at third over there is Pack.
Well, now the secret's out, but maybe that was a bunt to try to pull him in here, too.
The 0-1. Fastball up and in, and it's 1-1.
He sure didn't show bunt that time, did he?
360 to dead away center. 330 down the right field and left field lines. If you can get it over to left field, there's a shot to third. Nice play by Pack. Got to wait for the second baseman to get there. Throw to first, two, no. It's the fielder's choice. That goes 5-4 on the putout. Pack had it, made a great stop, and it was hit so hard that he had to wait for Evans to get over there. But he makes the out for out number one. So Curtis is the lead runner. He's retired, and going to first is Harding with one away, and that brings up A.J. Langston. As Brian mentioned, hitting .321 on the year.
Pack played that just perfectly, didn't he?
Oh, was a great stop. Here's the pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Sometimes a play like that, a good defensive play, will fire a pitcher up. Micah Freeman, his socks, he's got them way up there, hasn't he? New look. I've seen them high, but those are really high. There's a bouncer. Again, Pack gets another play. It's bobbled. He's not going to be able to make the throw. He does, but it's safe. And that's going to unfortunately be an E5, although it was smoked. So runners at first and second. I'm going to see what the official score says.
E5.
Yep.
I don't know that I've seen a player with his socks up that high.
No.
Now, I wonder, I guess that.
It's over his pants, yeah. It's just,
I mean, it's over the knee.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off there. And it's 0-1. 2 on, 1 out. And coming in from short is Verge to give him a little encouragement here.
Honestly, it almost looks like he's wearing shorts with compression leggings.
Doesn't it? Yeah. Checks the runners. Checks again now the pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. That is 70 miles an hour. He's kind of fooled him with a couple of slower pitches. And it's 0-2. Big runners out there for Rockvale. A single and an error. Got him there. And the pitch. Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freeman, the right-hander, looks in there. 1 out in the inning of the pitch. Swung on and popped up foul out of play down the first base line. Still remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Everybody up here is talking about
trying to decide whether that's probably a cool look, you know. I don't know. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. I know one thing. He threw some smoke there at 84 and gets his first strikeout of the inning.
Number 8, Mason Donahue.
So 2 away, and last hope here is Mason Donahue as Insani struck out. He's the right fielder. Chance to get out of the inning for Micah Freeman. Pitch, strike called. Pretty pitch. He's getting it up there a little bit now, Brian.
Yep.
0-1.
I like how emphatic the plate umpire is, too. You can hear and know
I
exactly
like
what's
that,
happening.
The 0-1. Just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harding is at second. Langston at first. Insani struck out, and Donahue trying to get a 2-out hit here. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Now he took about 13 miles an hour off that pitch.
It's really got the batters kind of off stride, if you will.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and the inning is over. Rockville threatened. They had 1 hit. They reached on an error, and they strand 2. We go to the bottom of the first. No score, Rockville, Oakland.
Parks Auction. We handle everything.
You have a staff that comes to your home. They tell you what to do. They walk you through it. It's been my experience that what I thought I should get for my home, I got much more for it.
Visit our website at parksauction.com.
Parks Auction, 896-4600. Stan Vaught and the Parks Auction team are proud supporters of local high school and MTSU sports.
Hello, this is Coy Young at Las Casas Feed Supply. We'd like to welcome you to our door.
I'm Ian Young. I'm at Las Casas Feed Supply. I'm selling beef and pork, 100% Angus, raised here in Las Casas. Come get you some.
Everyone's favorite cuts available, even options to purchase a quarter of a steer.
We got the beef. Hello, everybody. Las Casas Feed Supply.
Family owned and operated, Las Casas Feed Supply on Barlow Lane, just off Highway 96 East.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
I feel like I must talk much deeper when I hear Ron Reeves on the liner.
Yeah.
Our game brought to you by Sir Pizza, Carpets by Osborne, Winners Trophies, and First National Bank of Middle Tennessee.
I don't think he talks like that, really. I think that's his AI voice.
Oh, that's no AI voice.
Did it see him?
That's
and
Ron
you
Reeves.
actually recorded it, didn't you?
I did.
Wow. I hope this Grasshopper's enjoying the game as much as I am. That's right in front of my face. We're at the bottom of the first, and it's going to be Evans, Rather, and Verge for Oakland. He's on the outside, I believe.
He is on the outside, yeah.
And Ty Newton on the mound for Rockville, 2.46 ERA, and the ace of the Rockville staff, I would assume, getting the first nod here in this game. His defense is Grassoff over at the catcher's position, A.J. Langston at first, Harding at second, Lozano's at short, and Curtis at third. The outfield, left to right, Green, Guidry, and Donahue. So Evans gets in. He's hitting 333 on the year. And we have time. And the official wants him to get rid of that little dust. What do you call it? Yeah, rosin bag. Thank you. The pitch. Strike called. 0-1 now. Rockville threatened in the top half of the first, but could not score. Evans, a right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Another pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. Newton ready, now the 0-2 pitch. Liner to second, gobbled up over there by Harding, and makes the throw to first in time for out number one. And brings up Hunter Rather, the catcher, hitting 256 on the season. You know, you look at these records, though, Brian, it really doesn't matter when you get into tournament play. It's just one single performance or performance by a bunch of different guys. Anybody can win this thing. Pitch, strike call, no, ball, 1-0.
Well, they talk about it being the new season, and I know Rockville hasn't had as much success as they had hoped this year, but, you know, you get rolling in a tournament, you never know.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, lined into right center field, and trouble. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Rather hustling it around. He'll have a one-out double as they get the ball in, and it's the first hit off of Newton. Didn't try to do too much, just went with the pitch to right center field.
A case in point about getting hot at the right time, the PCA Lions, they were the 5 seed in the district tournament. They wound up winning 2 out of 3 in their first round game. They won the whole tournament yesterday. Interim coach Mike Bartlett leading them to a victory. A kid who had not pitched in a varsity game all season long had a no-hitter for PCA.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've seen that. You know, remember the year Siegel
won
it all. He had to go to the bullpen and get some kids out of there, and they all performed for him. Isaiah Verge, the batter, the shortstop. Newton in a first inning jam as well. Checks that runner. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopped foul. I think we've got a runner down there.
Looks like 2 there, John.
Yeah.
So That would be Kalijah King. Should know that by now.
So he's running. More speed on the bases and rest the catcher as well. Newton looks in from the sign from Grassoff. The pitch. Strike called. Pretty pitch. He took a little something off as well, and it's 0-2. Beautiful day, beautiful, really not a cloud in the sky today, which can make it fun for outfielders sometimes when there's no clouds at all. Newton ready, and now time called.
Going to check on the old temperature, too. It's 84 degrees. We've been up to 86 today for a high.
Felt like about 89.
Second game is set to start at 7 o'clock tonight. It's supposed to be 81 during that time.
Here's the pitch. Just a little high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Verge the batter. He'd be followed by Wheaton. Oakland trying to get an early run here. Matt Hawks in the Oakland dugout. He kind of sits like Brian Snitker now. He just sits back and lets the coaches do it. He sits back, relaxes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called, and Verge caught looking. First strikeout for Newton
Right
here in the first.
Number 7, J.D. Wheaton.
We're going to leave it up for Wheaton here to get anything going for Oakland in the bottom half of the first. J.D. Wheaton, the right fielder. Right-handed hitter, steps in. And now he's ready with the pitch. Checks that runner. Really worried about King. A pitch. High. 1 ball, no strikes.
Should have told you a minute ago the pitcher for PCA was Josiah Allen. So congrats to him on a great outing from Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance. TOA helping to keep you in the game, spotlighting athletes all season long.
And the 1-0 sails outside. 2 balls, no strikes. I was trying to look up the Braves here.
I had 5-1. I'll look that up.
Oh, I don't like that. 5-1. We allowed a run?
It's 5-1, bottom of the 7th is what I have.
2 balls, no strikes. We're in a 2-game slump. We got to have a win. Outside again. Good framing there by Grassoff. He tried to bring it back in, but to no avail. Umpire didn't buy it. 3 balls, no strikes. They got a base open over here.
Well, Chris Sales got it all taken care of, John. He'll right the ship.
Maybe. The pitch. Strike call, 3-1, as Wheaton was taken all the way.
Just think you could be a Cubs fan.
Well, they're in first place, man. Don't be knocking the Cubs.
It's just because you got banana pudding, man. I'm telling you.
Don't be knocking the Cubs. I remember Harry Carey, all the gang. Yes, sir. Steve Stone, there's a strike called, 3-2. In fact, I'm appalled that you even brought up the Cubs.
I'm sure you are.
See, now he thinks I'm on him. I'm not. I love Dansby. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit. They strand a runner down at second, and we're going to the second inning. After 1, there's no score.
Every team knows which play can be a winning move. I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, here to help life go right by combining your home and auto insurance. Call me today at 615-890-0850. It's a winning move that saves you time and money.
Your ride, your stuff. You live with them together. I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris. It's smart to protect them together to help life go right. Give me a call at 615-893-1417 and let me help you save by combining your auto and renters.
If you need concrete work done, who would I call? Dan France Concrete. Here's why. He's local. He attended Walter Hill Elementary, Oakland, and MTSU. He served our community as a school resource officer for 9 years, and he's involved in the community.
This is Dan with Dan France Concrete, wishing all Rutherford County student athletes a great season. Study hard, play harder, and be safe.
Dan France Concrete is a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. Check out danfranceconcrete.com online to see some of their work.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our State Farm Prep Baseball tournament game, district tournament game, brought to you in part by the law offices of John Day, Rick's Barbecue, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, and Prentice Halston Heating and Air. And I just figured out what dinner will be tonight. I'm going to try the new wings at Rick's Barbecue since I'm here on this side of town.
Oh, yeah. I would love to have a big baked potato, but I'm thinking concession stand cheeseburger right now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. 7 o'clock's a little late to eat.
A little famished, are you?
7 o'clock. Late to eat. Here's the first pitch from Micah Freeman, swinging a miss. Well, he's got that little breaking pitch working. And the batter is
that is Tyler.
Yeah,
Green.
I know. I'm just kind of perplexed here.
Oh.
I'm back. I was looking at the roster and it didn't jive here for a second. Green, the batter, 0-2. And the pitch. Strike called, and another strikeout. That's 3 now for Micah Freeman.
It's 3 in a row, as it was kind of a little bit of a rocky start against the Rockets. So.
I'll tell you where I got confused. There were 2 strikeouts in a row, and Micah Freeman also had 2 strikeouts the earlier innings, so I thought I was still looking at the same page. That's going to bring up Lozano, the shortstop, and the first pitch him is a strike. He's popping some leather, man. 83 on the gun.
What's weird about it, they're almost the same spot in the lineup.
0-1 to count. Nobody on, 1 out. The pitch. It's upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just got a text message asking why we're not streaming the game. It's postseason, so we aren't allowed to do that.
Pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike.
We can stream on the channel, but just no photo, no pictures, not photo, no video. So you can watch on YouTube and Twitch and all those places. It's just got a static picture.
2-1 pitch is low, and it's 3-1. And umpire takes a little time here. And to tell Oakland that somebody's going to get thrown out here in a minute. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, foul back to the screen. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I don't know that maybe it's just because we don't always hear as well as we are tonight for some reason.
And he walked him. First walk of the game for Micah Freeman.
That umpire has a booming voice too, so.
Oh yeah, you could hear him loud and clear. It's going to bring up Nick Grassoff, the catcher. It's getting a little dicey in Seattle. 5-2, runners at first and second for the Mariners. It's in the 7th there. We're in the top of the 2nd here. Pitch, fastball outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
There may be riots at the Battery if they lose 3 in a row, John.
Oh, yeah. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Count even at a ball and a strike. Tomorrow, we plan on doing Stewart's Creek baseball. That will be game time at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air, about 6:50, 6:45?
Somewhere right in that neck of the woods. And that 7 o'clock game is the second of 2 games, so.
It could be a little later or a little, yeah. Here's bouncer to short, flip to second 1, on to first 2, double play, and the inning is over. Pitcher's best friend, Nick Grassoff, bounces into a 6-4-3 killing. No runs for the Rockets here in the 2nd. They did have a walk. It's erased on the double play. We are going to the bottom of the 2nd. Still scoreless here from Riverdale High School.
Don't let concerns about today's events derail your long-term financial strategy. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, and I'm here to help. We can work together to understand the impact of these events and make sure that your goals are top of mind. While you can't control market volatility, we'll help focus on what you can control. We can connect in several virtual ways. Start by giving me a call at 615-907-7056. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Whether you're a student, alumni, or just a fan, Raider Tees has exactly what you need to help you cheer on the Blue Raiders on game days and every moment in between. We sell officially licensed Blue Raider gear, whether it's clothing, hats, flags, chairs, or just whatever. We have it all, including exclusive gear you won't find anywhere else. Like us on Facebook for updates on new Blue Raider gear and special prices or discounts. For all your Blue Raider gear, shop Raider Tees today. Bigger, better, and go Blue!
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game today, District 8-4A Baseball Tournament, brought to you in part by Good Neighbor State Farm Agent Andy Womack, 1535 West Northfield Boulevard, near the Ford dealer. That's State Farm Agent Andy Womack, 890-0850.
And here's the hottest hitting hitter on the Oakland team, 348 average, Chris Richardson. Center fielder.
Three doubles, a triple, 11 RBIs, and 14 runs scored for this young man.
He's a left-handed hitter, and he steps in against Ty Newton. It'll be Richardson, Pack, and Freeman. That's Patrick Freeman. Richardson steps in there, and now he's ready. And the first pitch here in the bottom of the second. Bunted. Newton off the mound in a hurry. Long throw, not in time. He's safe. That's going to give him a base hit for that young man. I think he caught everybody by surprise.
That was really perfectly executed, wasn't it?
And it'll bring up Carson Pack.
Second hit of the game.
I don't know how it is to bunt on turf, but I'd say it can be true at some point, but then it can also be difficult.
I would think it would have a little higher bounce, wouldn't you?
It would. Well, that's a tool that's so unused anymore. Still used in high school, and of course, Mac Hawks is a fundamentalist. And Pack shows a bunt, takes a strike 0-1. So he's going to do those things. He's got a runner at first and nobody out. Pitch is jammed him and he fouled it back.
John, you might remember last year the region tournament was hosted by this district, and it is going to be hosted by this district this year as well. What's weird about that, we've been 7-3A, 7-4A forever, and it flip-flopped. We're 8-4A here, and the Smyrna, Laverne, Stewart's Creek district, they're now 7-4A.
Throw over, safe. That was close. And Richardson back up on his feet.
Region.
Getting crowded in the Limbaugh Cafe, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The pitch. Swung on, grounder to short. Lozano has it, has to go to first, and does, and gets him by a half a step. The runner at second is Richardson.
Well, he kept
6-3.
Sorry, he just kept showing bunt.
The DH, number 18.
He still did what he
Patrick
needed to
Freeman.
do and get Richardson around.
Now that is the hop on turf that is helpful because that had that long hop, but you know you're going to get a true hop.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that when you get a long hop like that, it'll slide under you a little bit.
Well, if there's just a little bit of a mound of dirt there,
right,
it could divert the ball coming in that direction.
So one out, runner at second, pitch is high. I can remember this field back in 1974.
Did it look like this?
Oh, no. It was rough. I think they said the infielders had to pick up rocks after the game.
Same thing happened at Oakland. I've heard Jack Jolly talk about those things.
The pitch. That's outside, and it's 2-0.
John,
the batter, by the way, excuse me, Brian, is Patrick Freeman, the designated hitter.
baseball district tournaments have to be completed by next Wednesday, so looks like everything is on time for that. Region tournaments are Friday, Saturday. Not this week, but the next.
I know there's rain predicted for Friday. There's a line drive into center field, a base hit. Richardson is going to score. He gets by Guidry, but not far enough, as alertly backing him up was Donahue. So it's a single and an RBI for Patrick Freeman.
John Richardson came around third, and he slipped, went to the ground, and just kind of spun there for a second. They kept the go sign on.
Well, the ball got by the center fielder, so
and that's exactly what happened there. Had they been able to get the ball in, I don't think Oakland would have scored on that.
So it's 1-0 Oakland on a line drive RBI single by Freeman, and he's down there at first. Alltop the batter. Cole Alltop, first baseman, left-handed hitter. He's showing bunt, takes it, ball's high, and the throw down is late. Stolen base for Freeman. We're seeing a lot of ABC baseball fundamental style by Mack Hawks here in this inning. Everybody that's come up has either laid a bunt down or showed a bunt. The count is 1 ball, no strikes. Freeman with a big lead down at second.
Patrick, by the way, has the socks over the knee too.
Yeah, but not as much as Micah.
No, that's true.
I kind of like it. I'm kind of into it. It's all right. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Swung on, popped him up left side. That's going to be out of play. And, boy, I hope it doesn't hit my car back there. I was a little worried about where I was parking.
Is it, let me see.
No.
White Hyundai?
I'm not even going to go there.
We used to have a lot of foul balls off of cars back in the early days.
Oh, yeah. Swing and a miss. What a cut. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is Alltop. Moton would be next.
I think every time we were at Riverdale, Tom Nolan's car got hit.
Oh, yeah.
He was driving around a beater.
That's what the play-by-play announcer said. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Alltop goes down with a swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 3 for Newton. So 2 away now in the inning, and Freeman's still down at second. And here's Moton, the left fielder.
Now batting left fielder.
Damani Moton. Right-handed hitter. And he is the left fielder for Oakland. Newton checks that runner down at second. Boy, Freeman is really dancing down there, isn't he? Pitch is low, ball, 1 ball, no strikes.
I think he's teasing Nick Grissoff back there.
Well, he's
trying to bait him.
Newton, too.
Yeah.
He wants to get that infielders moving a little bit, maybe get another opening. 1 ball, no strikes. Newton looks into the sign from Grissoff. And the pitch. Swung on, had a good cut, and fouled it back out of play. 1-1. Braves got out of that inning, by the way. So it's 5-2. I think they're in the 8th now. I'm really worried. We've lost 2 in a row. You laugh now, but hey, I remember the 70s. Like David Limbaugh said, Biff Pocoroba. I remember those years. And the pitch to the plate. Just a little high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th now as they go. I think they're off tomorrow. Are the Braves off tomorrow?
They are.
Okay.
Yep.
Then they go to Los Angeles. Wow. Love that trip. There's a grounder to short. Lozano, long throw across in time to retire the side. But Oakland gets 1 run on 2 hits, and they strand 1. We've completed 2 innings of play now. It's Oakland 1, Rockville nothing here on State.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Here's a question. What do you want from your electric co-op?
An app for easy payment.
Solar energy solutions.
I just want to talk to a real person when I need help.
Energy tips and low rates.
Done, 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 done.
I want to fly my car to the moon.
Houston, let's talk about electric vehicles. Energy Service Life. That's Middle Tennessee Electric. We're here to get done what matters most to you. Learn more at mte.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Today's game on WGNS, State Farm Prep Sports, brought to you by Ideas Tees, Dan France Concrete, Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home, along with Middle Tennessee Christian School.
John Dingens, Brian Barrett, along with Kevin Woodson, David Limbaugh. The gang's all here from Riverdale High School. A beautiful park, by the way.
You forgot one.
Who?
Mary Woodson's Banana Pudding.
Well, I'm not putting them in the same category with that. I'll tell you what, they've got a beautiful park here, great facilities, and well, if you're gonna have a tournament, you want it hosted, that's probably as good a place as any, right?
Yeah, you know, I've heard some high school players from this area that go off to college and play, you know, sign at a junior college, whatnot. They, you know, say that their high school experience and playing at their high school park is better than what they see there, you know.
I think Murphy just sent bad news to us, Brian. Would you check that out? Here's the pitch. Strike call. Did he go? No, it's ball, 1-0. Ty Newton leading it off here in the top half of the third.
I think they are working on more concessions.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Here's a swing and a foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Micah Freeman working in his third inning. Hasn't given up a run. He struck out 3, given up 1 hit. And the pitch. Swung on. There's another base hit into left center field, right in front of Moton. And it's a leadoff single for Ty Newton. Boy, he's done about everything tonight. Pitched, hit. Second hit off of Freeman. That brings the top of the order up now. Cameron Curtis.
Second baseman, number 10. Excuse me. Now batting third baseman for Cam Curtis.
And Cameron Curtis, the batter. He singled in the top half of the first. Always, if you're Rockville, you like to get that leadoff man on, and they have done that here in the third. Freeman works from the stretch. And now the pitch. Take a little something off there, and it's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, there were some stories about the old Riverdale Park in Oakland. I think Oakland even played over at the VA for some. Pitches down low. 2 balls, no strikes.
Maybe they didn't, when they opened, they didn't have the baseball field. Maybe.
I'm not sure, but I do know that they did play some, may have been some scrimmages, but they had a nice ballpark at the VA.
Uh-huh. My dad talked about that.
Line drive, left field, base hit, back-to-back hits. And Rockville's got something going here in the third. Curtis is 2 for 2.
Curtis put that in the same spot that Newton did. It's like almost identical.
Brings up Sam Harding. Grounded to third his first time up.
Second baseman, Sam Harding.
In a fielder's choice. And Freeman now in some major problems here. Nobody out. Harding the batter. Let's see if he'll be bunting. He shows it. He does bunt it out in front. And the first baseman fields it. Throws to the second baseman for the out. And the bunt works perfectly.
Well, Shea Deal is saying, Mac, you want to play ABC? I'll play ABC with you.
First baseman, number 14.
That was a nice bunt.
A.J.
It really
Langston.
was. And that brings up your number 3 hitter, A.J. Langston, who reached on an error his first time up. Hit it hard down to third base, and Pack bobbled it.
Hitting .321, has a .544 on-base percentage.
Here's the pitch. Ball is outside, 1 ball, no strikes.
He has driven in 12 this season thus far and has a big opportunity right here.
There's only one out. Runners lead from second and third. There's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Shot to short. Nice play. Throw to third. They've got him in a rundown. The run's going to score. And Curtis is running for his life, and they finally tag him out for out number 2, but the run is in. As Newton scored, and it's 1-1. Interesting play. I'm not going to try to attempt it. Well, I guess I will. 6, 5, 4, 6, 5. I'm close. I think I missed it by a little bit. Did you keep up with it?
No.
Oh, okay. Here's the throw down, and going down and getting to second is Langston. That was an interesting play, though.
Number 2, Jay Insani.
The run did score.
Well, Verge had a decision to make, and he knew he was not going to be able to get the run at home, so he tried to get an out and got him calling it a rundown. Really good job, honestly.
That ball was smoked, Brian. I mean, there was no way. It was almost like self-defense. He backhanded it, and to get 1 out of it is pretty good. 2 away in the inning. We're tied at 1.
Rockville hitters are liking that little left center field gap.
They've all been the same spot, haven't they? 2 balls and a strike.
That Langston kind of hit it more right toward Verge at short, but the others kind of been just to his right.
Pitch is outside, 3 balls and a strike. Langston down at second. Insani is the batter. Struck out his first time up. He's the cleanup hitter. And the pitch to Jay, he walked him. Second walk.
Right fielder, number 8, Mason Donahue.
And here's Mason Donahue with runners at first and second with 2 out. 2 out hit would be pretty big. Coach Deal goes out and has a little word with him, as also the pitching coach for Oakland going to have a few words with Micah Freeman, which gives us a chance. You talked about our friends at Rick's Barbecue, Brian, and got wings now. You said you were going to go get something to eat after the game. You didn't invite me, so that's fine. But I can't believe they got wings on top of everything else they have.
Well, of course, best barbecue you can have, those loaded baked potatoes. Coach Woodson over here was talking about, a cold hot dog versus a hot dog. Well, the slaw dog at Rick's is outstanding. That mustard slaw that they have.
Yeah, and there's what they put in that mustard.
It is kind of a hot, not real hot, but just enough, kind of
twang,
a pickled relish.
A little twang.
Yeah, it's good stuff. White sauce is the best you'll ever put in your mouth.
Well, the conversation is over. Go by and see folks at Rick's Barbecue.
Dip wings in white sauce.
Yeah, there you go. They probably are doing that. It's a 1-1 tie, and the pitch to Donahue is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Langston's at second. And over at first is Insani. That's outside, and it's 2-0. Swung on, liner, foul down the right field line.
Boy, that was foul by about 2 feet. Had that stayed fair, Rockvale would have probably played it 2, because Jay Insani and A.J. Langston had really good jumps. In fact, Langston was all the way halfway home.
Freeman from the stretch. It's a 2-1 count. That was a hitter's count, too. And the pitch. Swung on, high chopper. Going to be a tough play. Pack up with it, throw to first, guns it over there for out number 3. But Rockville does get a run on 2 hits. There was a walk, and 2 are left stranded. we've completed the top of the third, and we're going to the bottom of the third. It is 1-1 here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
We're talking now with Heather here at Carpets by Osborne. What are some of the advantages that Carpets by Osborne has?
Being a family business and being locally owned and operated, we do free estimates. We have our own subcontractors that work for our business. We will come out, look at your floor covering. Throughout the whole process, you deal with an individual. You're not passed off to different contractors. We handle it from start to finish.
Carpets by Osborne on Northwest Broad, next to Tire World.
This Fanceroni pepperoni is fancy.
Am I fancy enough for the Fanceroni? I'm wearing cargo shorts.
But Tim, so am I. Try the Fanceroni pepperoni with over 100 old world pepperoni. Little Caesars changed the Hot and Ready Classic and added 33% more pepperoni, which makes it 133% better pizza than before. It's really good. Order a new classic online and use our convenient Pizza Portal pickup.
In Murfreesboro on Memorial, Warrior Drive, South Church, and Old Fort.
Pizza.
I'm State Farm Agent Celeste Middleton, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Today's game, State Farm Prep Sports, District 8-4A opening baseball game of the tournament. Postseason is here. Brought to you by good neighbor State Farm agent Ron Reeves, a Rutherford County resident with an office in Brentwood. That's Ron Reeves, 615-873-1700.
All right, we're going to the bottom of the third. We've got a new game. It's 1-1. Asher Evans, Hunter Rather, going to lead off this inning. And the pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. I'm sorry, that is Asher Evans. I'm sorry, got his number. Second baseman grounded to second his first time up. Rather is due up. Up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Rockville's gotten themselves back in this game with a run in the top half of this inning. And Newton's pitch. That one's low, and it's 3-0. Let's see, Newton hasn't walked anybody. He's given up 3 hits. The wind in the pitch. That's outside. He walked him on 4 pitches. So that is the first walk.
Catcher.
And here's Hunter Rather. Doubled his last time up. Well, I can relax now. The Braves win 5-2 on our Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard.
So they're calling off all of the fire everybody. Fire Snitker, I bet, has been pretty heavy the last 2 days.
In all fairness, their schedule the last 2.5 weeks they played Cleveland, they played Seattle. They're all above 500. A lot of good teams. That pitches a ball. He's thrown 5 straight now.
Well, it gets easier. They're going to L.A. Play the Dodgers.
Yeah. Chris Sale sure has helped them.
That's been a pleasant surprise, hasn't it?
So far. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and drilled to right field, but it's going to be caught out there by Donahue for out number 1. Gave that ball a pretty good ride, but it's an out for out number 1. And it brings up Isaiah Verge. Struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1.
Shortstop number 27, Isaiah Verge.
So Newton gets the first out. He's still got a runner at first, and that's Asher Evans. 1 out, however. Ty works from the stretch. The pitch, runner going. Throw down. It's a strike. Throw goes and gets into center field, but not far enough. As backing him up out there in center field was Guidry. Now, he bobbled it for a moment, but not far enough for him to go, but it is a stolen base.
John, it's almost like they're showing bunt whenever, because the last time they had the stolen base, when Patrick Freeman stole a base, they showed bunt, and the steal was on. So I don't know, because Freeman's not showing bunt now, of course, with him at second.
Newton looks back there twice, now 3 times. Pitches high. 1-1. If you just joined us, we're in the bottom of the third. We're in a 1-1 tie. Oakland threatening here with a runner at second, 1 out. Newton gets a sign from Grossoff, and it's fouled away. Grissoff, excuse me. I mean, the Phillies are playing like the Angels. No, they played the Padres. They played the Marlins. Okay, I'm off my bandbox here. It's a 1-2 count to Verge, and now Verge calls time, steps out. A beautiful day from Riverdale High School. Boy.
There will be another game later here if you want to come out to the ballpark. Whiteman and Siegel will play. About a half an hour after the completion of this one.
Ooh, up high, almost hit him. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We will not have that broadcast, but we will have another baseball game for you tomorrow. Going to see the Red Hawks, I think.
Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. High fly ball. Shallow right center. Who's calling it? Anybody calling it? And it's dropped. Are they going to have a play at third? No. Boy, that's unfortunate for Rockville. See how they scored that. I think that's going to be an E9.
Well, that error cost an extra bag, put 2 in scoring position.
Rough number 7, J.D. Wheaton.
Well, somebody has to take charge, and nobody really ever did. Nobody called off the second baseman to the last second. So now, really big-time trouble. Second and third, 1 out. And J.D. Wheaton, the batter. The pitch to him. Upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. And did Donahue have it? It looked like he had it in his glove.
I
think he did, didn't he? 1-0 pitch. High. Now it was a tough catch from where he was coming from. It's a tough error. Because he had to come a long way for that ball. That was almost in right center field over there. Two 2-0.
Probably had to go 30, 40 yards to get to it.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. Good comeback pitch by Ty Newton. And it's 2-1. One out, the 2-1 pitch. Had a good cut and fouled it back to the screen. And count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ty Newton at 49 pitches, I believe. Is that right? 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The runners lead from second and third. Newton is ready. The pitch outside, and count is full. 3-2. J.D. Wheaton is going to be. He's going to be pretty particular now. He won't let just a good one go by, but at the same time, Newton needs to throw a strike, and he did swing and fouled it back. Good fight going on here. Richardson would be next.
Boy, had he not gotten a piece of that one, though, John, that one was outside as well. He just kind of reached out to make some contact.
Runners get their lead from second and third. Newton trying to get out of a jam here in the bottom of the third. 3-2 pitch. High upstairs, and he walked him. Bases are loaded. Second walk, and it's the second one of this inning.
Chris Richardson.
And now the bases are juiced, and here's Chris Richardson, who's already singled and scored.
Here's the thing about it, John. Bases are loaded, and they don't have a hit.
No.
2 walks and an error.
Well, this is definitely a big at-bat here, and there is a conference on the mound. And we are going to talk about our good friends, good neighbor State Farm agent Bud Morris, located at 3245 Franklin Road, just down from Franklin Road Christian School. State Farm agent Bud Morris. Give him a call at 615-893-1417. It's been a good day so far. I played a round of golf, came to the game, got some banana pudding, the best banana pudding in the nation.
Well, you're living the high life, aren't you?
I mean, it's just, and Murph went and got a hamburger for me. I mean, things are really going well in my life right now. Well, we'll see who's going to have a good time here, Chris Richardson or Ty Newton. One of them's got to go. So we'll see. Richardson has already singled once off Newton. The bases are loaded, no place to put him. And the conference is over, and I think this is a matter of one of those don't walk him, but don't give him anything to hit.
Yeah, and I'm sure Mac's got to be thinking, too, make him throw strikes. Just see what Newton can do here.
Well, here's his first pitch. Swing and a miss. And he probably did swing at a ball. 0-1. Of course, he's one of your best hitters, and you kind of want him to get an opportunity to swing the bat. There's only one out. The pitch. Swung on, and a high fly ball center field. This should score it. Going back is Guidry, and the run will score. Runners hold at first and second, and it's 2-1 Oakland. Well, Richardson did his job. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI.
The third baseman 12.
And scoring on the play is Evans. And still they don't have a hit, Brian.
Isn't that crazy?
2 walks in the inning, an error. Runners at first and second, 2 out, and it brings up Carson Pack, the third baseman. Grounded to short his first time up. I like his swing. I like his stance. It's like a short, compact. The pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Oakland. They got the lead right back here in the third.
Well, they're thinking more here.
The pitch. Strike called, nibbled that outside corner, and it's 0-2. I don't think Pack agreed with that very well. So it's 0-2. So if Newton could get out of this with only 1 run scoring, that's pretty doggone good. Checks the runners. The 0-2 pitch. Went reaching and struck him out. Strikeout number 4 for Ty Newton. But Oakland does get a run. There were no hits. They had 2 walks and an error. That was big in the inning. And they strand 2. We've completed 3. It's Oakland 2, Rockville 1 here on State Farm Prep Baseball.
It's not just a home or a car. I'm State Farm agent Celeste Middleton. We see your home and car as the time and memories you put into them. Give me a call at 615-895-2700 and let me help you give them the protection they deserve.
Local business owners, you know how important it is to be here for your customers. I'm State Farm agent Dana Womack, and I run a small business in Rutherford County too. I'm here to help you protect your small business. Call me at 615-900-0877.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
I'm State Farm agent Dana Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Our game brought to you by Sir Pizza. And Sir Pizza sponsors our game and Coaches Show podcast, which you can find at WGNSSports.com or wherever you listen to audio. That's Sir Pizza, East Main, South Church, and on Memorial Boulevard.
All right, Brian, we go to the top of the fourth. Rockville, who just tied it. Now Oakland back in the lead with 2-1.
Number 11, Ty Green.
And Ty Green, the batter, he struck out in the second. He's the left fielder for Rockville. It'll be Green, Lozano, and Grissoff. Then Ty Newton, if anybody reaches. Glad you could join us here on News Radio WGNS for the first of, I'm assuming, many more games in the next 2 weeks. Pitch is high. I don't know. I can't look in the crystal ball. I don't know what Brian's got in that head of his, but
Well,
there's a pitch. Ooh, that's a little low.
this tournament, this district tournament is scheduled to be completed on Saturday.
Pitch is high.
There is an if necessary game. So if the if game is forced, that would be Monday, unless the Monday weather is worse than Sunday and they would play Sunday.
There's a pitch outside. He walked him on 4 pitches. That's the third walk now.
Shortstop at 13,
by Freeman.
Brandon Lozano.
And if Saturday's games are nixed due to weather, they would play Sunday with the if game on Monday. So they plan to be done this weekend with the possibility of the if necessary game. That would be the loser's bracket team beating the winner's bracket team to force the second winner take all.
And the pitch is a strike. And they're playing here, right?
Right.
So that helps. But turf infield, that
unless
helps a
it's
lot.
just raining all day, you know.
Yeah. Here's Lozano. He walked his last time. Drills it foul down the right field line.
And they still have several days because the region tournament's not until the following weekend. And whoever wins this district will host the region tournament. And Riverdale, by winning the regular season, they're guaranteed one of the 2 spots, whether they're in the championship game or not.
The 0-2 pitch is down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
If something were to happen during this tournament and they were upset and didn't play in the championship game, whoever won the district championship would be the only other to advance, and Riverdale would get the 2 spot.
Here's a pitch, bounce to third. Boy, what a bare hand pickup by Pack, and he throws him out. That was, oh man, a blue light special right there. That was unreal. Ball took a funny hop, and he grabbed it with one hand and threw to first.
It's almost like he tried to glove it, John, and when he knew he couldn't do that, he just picked it up with his right hand, just reached out there.
Here's Grissoff, who walked his first time up. So a runner at second, but there is one out now. And the first pitch is a strike called to Grissoff. What a play by Pack. Pitch from Freeman outside. 1 ball, no strikes. When they call it the hot corner on this turf, it really is the hot corner. He's handled. I know he had an error on one of them, but I'm telling you, he's made 2 or 3 fine plays today. Here's the pitch. Strike called. And he's out in front now. Grissoff, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Newton on deck.
John, there's a lot of dust being rustled up over there on the football field as they're doing the excavating, taking out dirt and all that kind of stuff, putting the turf down soon.
There's a pitch that's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, it's really exciting times at Riverdale and Oakland in terms of building. Swing and a miss with a changeup, and it is strikeout for Micah Freeman, and I have him with 4.
Pitcher number 1, Ty Newton.
And here's Ty Newton, who singled and scored the only Rockville run. Got a chance to maybe drive in a tying run here. 2 out, however. Green down at second. Freeman pitches. Strike call on the outside corner, 0-1. Starting to find that pitch right there. 2-1 Oakland, top of the 4th. Steps off the rubber and tries to get Green back, who had a pretty sizable lead there. Pitch is swung on, fouled back to the screen. I was heading toward Limbaugh's head over there. No damage. He's okay. 0-2 the count. Green with the lead at second. Freeman checks it. Now the pitch. Ooh, outside just a bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Freeman looks in to Rather. He's ready. Oh, that almost hit him. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to brush him away a little bit. I think he'll set that outside corner up again here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Green at second. The pitch. Swung on. Here's a chopper to short. Verge has it. Throw to first in plenty of time to retire Newton. No runs this time for Rockville. They do get a walk, and they strand one. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. It's Oakland 2, Rockville 1.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
Craig's Tax Service is located just off Memorial on Heritage Park Drive. You can contact us at 890-2233.
It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We are proud to support all Rutherford County student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
We're at Rick's Barbecue on Warrior Drive, talking with Anne Marie Brents.
When people walk in and they're like, tell me what's good, I usually tell them the loaded baked potato, which is a fully loaded potato with the butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon, and chives, and then we put meat on top of it.
At Rick's, they use the largest potatoes you can find.
Every Tuesday we run a special on the loaded potatoes. We call it Tater Tuesday, and we sell a lot of potatoes.
Barbecue, smoked chicken, ribs, they've got it all at Rick's Barbecue, 212 Warrior Drive, and online at ricksbbq.com.
I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves. You're listening to Prep Baseball.
Also want to say good evening to good neighbor State Farm Agent Emerson Williams. He's in Smyrna at 199 Enon Springs Road West. That's over right by Hazelwood Drive. State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, 615-459-2683. Tomorrow we've got Stewart's Creek Baseball. They will play the winner of tonight's Lebanon-Smyrna game. That game is being played at Lebanon. Winner advances to take on Stewart's Creek. It'll be the second game of 2 tomorrow. We'll have that last broadcast here on WGNS State Farm Prep Sports, and that'll wrap up this week's venture, and we'll see what next week holds.
2-1 our score. Oakland leading it here in the first game of the first round of the district tournament. Blackman and Siegel going to clash a little later on tonight, around 7-ish, or 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game, I would think. Ty Newton starting the bottom of the 4th, and the first pitch to Patrick Freeman is outside a ball. Freeman singled, stole a base, and drove in a run. He's 1 for 1, so he's off to a good start here in this game. The pitch. This is one of those games, Brian, where you have a lot of base runners, but it's really a pitcher duel. I mean,
yeah,
they pitched around it.
Been more walks in this game probably than both coaches would like.
Pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike.
Well,
Freeman, Altop, and Moton.
We have Newton with a 3-hitter and Freeman with a 3-hitter.
2-1 pitch up in his eyes, and it's 3-1. My last inning for a while, I'll sit back on the couch over there with the other guys and eat a cheeseburger.
You've been eyeing it over there.
Talking to Woodson to maybe one more. No, I know what that's safe for. There's a swing and a shot to short. Lozano, long throw. He's going to have to tag him, and he drops the ball. He's safe. Well, that's unfortunate. And They're calling for an interference in the base path, but I didn't really see that. Now, who to call the error on? It's E6. That throw took him off the bag. And it brings up Cole Alltop.
First baseman 4.
Struck
Cole
out
Alltop.
back in the second. He's 0 for 1.
John, when you put the walks together with the 3 errors, that's
Yeah.
where your base runners come from, too.
Newton, again, going to have to pitch around an error. There's Freeman dancing again, isn't he? Pitch gets away, and Freeman going to get there standing up at second base. Wow, pitch. Freeman really been pisky out there, hasn't he?
Wreaking havoc.
1 ball, no strikes. Alltop, he's looking at what he needs to do here. The signals from the coach. I thought he was looking at his cell phone. So what's he doing with that? Oh, technology. It's overtaking the world. 1 ball, no strikes. Newton now, it looks like Grissoff going to go out and have a little talk. I think they're mixed up on the signs a little bit.
I notice your phone's not that far away. Mine's not that far away. It's always within hand's reach, isn't it?
Well, you have to now.
Yeah.
You don't even communicate hardly without texting me. I never saw a guy that texts somebody or you send a picture and then he goes silence his phone where you can't answer it back.
You can answer. I just won't get it until the next day.
I think that's rude.
Or unless I look later. Well, I don't want to be woken up in the middle of the night with it.
You don't mind. Oh, there's hit batter. I was just going to say, you don't mind waking me up with a text. How do you wake me up with a text, though? Good question. All right, runners at first and second, a hit batter. Well, we've seen about everything in this game, have we not?
Yeah.
And Shane Dill, he's arguing that, and he didn't get out of the way, but
the umpire's having none of what Shea has to say.
He hasn't had anything to do with anything anybody's had to say. He's ruling it, which I like because I can hear him.
There's no doubt who's in control.
No. So another jam here for Newton. Runs at first and second. Not all of his own doing, but pitch. Popped it up. Newton's going to have to go to first with it, and the sacrifice works by Moton. Nice job by Damani. That goes 1-4 on that put out, and runners go to second and third.
Been very successful with the small ball here today, too, with bunts. Oakland's done well with that, and so has Rockvale, trying to advance base runners.
Another inning where they haven't had a hit, but they got base runners in second and third.
Well, they haven't had a hit since the second inning.
Yeah. What Mac Hawks wants is a big, big hit from Asher Evans here. The stretch, the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. Still got some speed going, 81 on that pitch.
Boy, Asher really thought about that one.
He steps back in there. With Freeman and Alltop on the bases. There's a foul down the third base line, 0-2.
You have everything in the Limbaugh Lounge. They even have an air fryer. They're air frying.
Really? To go with their
French
cheeseburgers?
fries, I guess.
Pretty soon he'll be opening up a restaurant up here, I think. The pitch, high.
What kind of restaurant rhymes with Limbaugh?
I have no idea.
Might have to call it David's Den or something.
Yeah. He's got condiments over there.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Great base hit right up the middle. A run is in. Well, that was drilled. And runners are at first and third. A single RBI for Asher. And big hit there, Brian. Give him the RBI. Scoring on the play is Freeman.
Catcher, number 14, Hunter Rather.
And it brings up Hunter Rather, the catcher.
That is the 4th hit of the game. And the trouble continues here for Rockvale because you have runners on the corners now. Thaltop advancing to third.
Well, that's exactly what Mack Hawks was wanting, was a big base hit when you get runners on, get somebody in. It's now 3-1, Oakland.
Looks like, I think I heard them say Nathan Carlton is running. So he's running for Evans, I think.
Running at third base, number 9, Nathan Carlton.
No, it's at third base. They're running for Alltop.
I think he's going to go back in the game, too. So it's Carlton. It's 3-1 here, and here's a pop-up. Could be tough in that Sunfield, and it's going to drop. Another run is in. Do they get the runner at second? No. They bobbled out a little bit. So it's a single and an RBI for Rather, and it's 4-1. So the error and the hit by pitch really hurt. They got 2 runs in. Now they've topped it with 2 hits. And it's 4-1, and Brian, if they're not careful, it's going to be out of Rockville's reach here.
Kalijah King, now batting shortstop, number 27.
Yeah, they've got to stop the bleeding now if you're a Rockvale fan. 2 runs already across here in the 4th. Back-to-back hits.
And here's Verge. The only out they have is the sacrifice.
Well, the inning started out with an error, John, and it hasn't. Sometimes bad things happen in high numbers. Uh-oh.
Here's a deep one to left field. This ball is off the wall. Another run is in, and the throw to third is going to be late. It's a double and an RBI for Verge. That looked like it might get out of here.
Sure did.
So scoring now is Evans from third. Carlton is at third. And at second with a double and an RBI is Verge. Here's Wheaton. He struck out and walked. So now 3 runs are in. They've had 3 hits straight in a row.
I do not see any action in the bullpen down there.
And with 1 out, Wheaton, the infield comes in. 5-1, Oakland. Fly ball, right center field. That ball is deep. It's up against the wall, knocked around. A run is in. He's going to go for 3. He hesitated a moment, but it's not going to cost him. It's a triple. And 2 more runs are in. 4 straight hits. And the score is 7-1. 5 runs in on this inning.
Well, John, I have a feeling that this is Ty Newton's game. They haven't made a change.
Well, yeah.
You know, and they've got to be thinking down the road. If they lose this game, elimination kind of situation. So don't want to go too deep. It's been a tough inning. 2 singles, a double, and a triple.
5 runs have scored. Fly ball, they're taking big whacks. Going back is Guidry, still going back, makes the catch, but it's going to score another run. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Richardson.
That's the 2nd time in this game he's done that, John. He's got a single and 2 sac flies with 2 RBIs.
There's 2 out in the inning now.
And this is the 9th batter of the inning.
6 runs are in. And Pack, who was grounded to third and struck out. It's a grounder deep in the hole. It's short. Picking it up. Lozano can't make the play. It's a single. Great play just to get to it. And Pack has his first hit of the game.
Lozano did a great job of even getting to that ball to keep it in the infield.
And Freeman, who started all this for Oakland, is the batter. He reached on the error on the throw by the shortstop, Lozano. And he's also singled. Runner at first, 2 out. It's been a long, long inning for Ty Newton.
5 hits.
The pitch. Strike called, 0-1.
And the hits didn't come until after the error in the hit batsman. So that's just a bad recipe.
Newton from the stretch. Packed down at first. The pitch into the dirt. A ball and a strike. They've had good licks, though, those last 5 hits. And the sacrifice fly was hit well.
Uh-huh.
Freeman, the DH tonight. I think he's pitching the next game Oakland plays. Strike called. Well, that had him fooled a little bit there. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I promise I'm going to get you to that 5th inning, Brian.
Well, you're doing such a great job.
1-2. High. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braves a winner 5-2 today. They're off tomorrow. We will not be off tomorrow. We'll be at Stewart's Creek. Two. The pitch. Well, he wanted that outside corner, didn't get it. It's full. Runner will be going down at first. That's Pack. Newton takes a glance over at first. Runner goes. There's a swing and a drive. Way back. Deep left. This ball is gone. A 2-run shot for Patrick Freeman. No doubt about it. It is now 10-1. Give him 2 RBIs on the day, and he's broken this game wide open. Here in the 4th.
First baseman for Cole Alton.
You can tell the weather's warming up a little bit. That ball's starting to carry, and they've had 2 or 3. They had a couple in this game, and that one was a no-doubter. Here's Altop, who's been hit by a pitch and struck out way back in the beginning of this inning.
This is what, the 11th batter?
Correct.
Makes for a fun scorecard, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's starting to get crazy now. See, that's 8 runs this inning, correct?
That is correct, yes.
6 hits. No, 7 hits, right?
2 singles, a double, triple, single, home run.
There's a strike called. 6 hits,
hits.
yeah. I was correct. My first thought. 10-1, Oakland. Pitch gets away, no harm done. Well, at one point.
First time in a while nobody's been on.
At one point, this game was close. But 8-run 4th here.
John, it was 2-1 start of this inning.
Here's a pitch, grounder to short. Lozano up with it, throw to first in time. Inning finally over for the Rockville Rockets, but not before. 8-run score for Oakland on 6 hits. There was 1 error and 1 hit batter, and nobody left on. What an inning. We've played 4. The score now, Oakland 10, Rockville 1. Going to turn it over to Brian coming up.
Every team knows which play can be the winning move. I'm State Farm Agent Ron Reeves, here to help life go right by combining your home and auto insurance. Call me at 615-873-1700. It's a winning move that saves you time and money.
What's your next dream? Paying off your credit card? Remodeling your kitchen? Whatever your dreams, they take some planning. I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams. Let's work together to come up with a plan to make those savings goals happen. Call me at 615-459-2683.
Since 1966, Fans Heating and Air has been a symbol of quality for Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. For friendly, complete service on Amana, Bryant, or American Standard Heating and Air products, Fans will do it all. Sell you your choice of products and then install it with their factory-trained, experienced, professional staff. In the unlikely event you need service, Fans will be there with trained technicians. Fans Heating and Air is located on Jayhawk Court. Call 615-893-7930. Fans Heating and Air.
I'm State Farm Agent Andy Womack, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
This top of the fifth brought to you by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, Parks Auction, Craig's Tank Service, and Dr. Automotive. 10-1, Oakland leads it here as we go to the fifth. Here's Brian.
Thank you, John. And we have got a much different ball game. Micah Freeman out for the fifth to face the top of the order. Ball high. Cameron Curtis has been a tough out. Right now, if you're a Rockvale fan, you need base runners badly. Oakland just plated 8. There's a shot to short, and Verge up with it. Makes the long toss over to first to Altop, and the first out recorded. First time that Curtis has been retired in this game. Sam Harding, the batter.
Sam Harding.
And to pull out my old bracket here. Try to tell you what games are coming up, too. Batter is Sam Harding. He takes a strike on the outer half, 0-1. The loser of this game plays at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Verge to Altop, another ground out to short. And there are 2 away. A.J. Langston, the batter. The winner of this game, if it's Oakland, will play Riverdale at 4:30 tomorrow. And then the loser plays in an elimination game at 7 o'clock. This is the final score. That would be Rockvale. Pitch outside for a ball. The winner of the Blackman-Siegel game would not have to play until Friday at 4:30. This strike in 1-1. Langston asked for time. Looks like Eagle baseball versus Fayetteville is getting underway. It's on Game Changer. This one outside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. We're in the 5th inning. Oakland with 8 runs in the 4th. Hot shot down the third base line. Nice stop by Pack. Throw across the diamond, got him. Man, Pack is flashing some leather out there. That's the second big out he's recorded. 1-2-3 go the Rockville Rockets here in the 5th. Going to the bottom of the 5th, our score, 10-1 Oakland.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, training for eternity.
The large majority of our kids are involved in athletics or extracurricular activities, one or the other, and most are doing multiple activities.
MTCS President Matt Tiller.
And that's a great preparation for life. How many of us in our life are just doing one thing? So a well-rounded student is a huge deal.
Invest in your child's future in a Christ-centered environment with many athletic and extracurricular choices.
Without a doubt, our students have the opportunity to be involved in multiple activities.
To find out more, visit mtcscougars.org.
Dr. Russell McKissick of Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance talks about the grassroots effort in our local schools to ensure proper care for players.
To make sure our teams are covered here locally, be there for our trainers. Yeah, it's a passion that we have to try to take care of our athletes here in town and be there just to keep everybody playing as healthy and as best they can.
From a community standpoint, one of the most important things you do at TOA, I'd guess.
I think it's definitely a way to pay back to our community, just to be there for them and watch some great sports too.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA, live your best life.
I'm State Farm Agent Emerson Williams, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
We are back here, and Trying to find out who the pitcher is. I don't have his. Pitcher is 22, and there's no 22 on their lineup card. I'm not sure where Newton went. Looks like Newton went to the outfield. I think that's him in right, isn't it? No?
Maybe
That's
in center field.
Still Guidry.
Oh, it is?
No, Donahue's over there. I think he came in for Guidry.
Down the mound, number 22, Sam Smith.
All right, it's Sam Smith.
Well, Guidry was the flex, kind of what they call flex in softball, but he was playing defense, so I assume Newton went out there.
So is Newton 1? Newton, number 1 is in center? Okay, yeah. All right. So that's wasn't as much of a change as we thought.
So that was an easy move because Guidry was just playing defense.
Yeah. So Newton wound up with 4 innings, 10 runs, 9 hits, struck out 4, and he only walked 2 batters and hit 1 batter. So Sam Smith has completed his warm-up tosses. Could be trying to save Newton for a couple of innings of work. I'm not sure how that works out. First pitch sails high and outside for a ball, 1-0 to Tamani Moten. He's grounded to short and sacrificed. He was part of that big 4th inning. Everybody was in the Oakland lineup. Chop foul down the third base side. Oakland had 4 hits in a row, and then a sac fly RBI, then a single, then a 2-run bomb in the 4th inning. To blow this open, it's 10-1. Pitch swung on, fouled into the screen. John, another run. It's a run rule situation too, so. And Oakland being the home team. Pitch misses high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith toes the rubber, kicks and fires. Curveball right back to him. Took a weird hop. He's going to underhand it over to Langston. That goes 1-3. And retires Tamani Moten. Top of the order in Asher Evans. Evans really got everything started with the hit parade last inning. Freeman reached on an error. There was a hit by pitch. There was a sacrifice bunt. And so with 1 out, Evans and Rather both singled. He sends it to the right side, and playing it on the bounce is Donahue. So the hit parade continues for Asher Evans. First hit off of Sam Smith here.
He's had a good game. He's reached base 3 times today, Asher.
He scored 2 runs, has a stolen base, has driven in a run. Rather has doubled and singled, has scored a run and driven in a run. He's 2 for 3. Pitch sails outside.
You know, you have to think, if it's a run rule situation, do you try to get that run because you're saving another inning of the pitcher, you know?
Pitch outside. It all is, I mean,
you got to look at the future, you know.
So much on the pitch count. I mean, and Oakland's probably thinking the same thing, you know, if they could have Freeman come in relief in a few days, a few pitches, you never know. 2-0. Hot shot down the third base side. It gets past Curtis. And it is another single for Sam Rather. He's 3 for 4 today.
Yeah, this top of the order's done a great job setting it up for Burge, but the guy who's done the biggest damage is Patrick Freeman today. He's driven in 3 runs with that 2-run blast back in the 4th.
Well, Verge has reached twice, doubled last inning and drove in a run. And here's the first pitch to him from Sam. Fooled him on that one.
Player first base number 2, Kalijah
Off
King.
speed, that came in about 65. King is at first, by the way, running for Rather. Runners at first and second, and runners take off. It's going to be a double steal. So Evans at third, and King, they had taken off before the pitch, and they're going to intentionally walk Verge. So that's going to load the bases. Doesn't get much easier. You've got Wheaton coming up here now.
Right field number 7, J.D. Wheaton.
He tripled last time. What I was going to say about that double steal is they had already taken off before the pitch was made, even though it was bobbled by Grissoff.
Yeah, they had that stolen. Yeah, that stole that on the pitcher, really.
Here is the first pitch to Wheaton. Goes right side with it, and it's going to get down in front of Donahue. That's going to score a run. And Evans is across. And that is your ball game. It's going to be a run rule game, 11-1. Your final score here in this one. And the Oakland Patriots move on. They'll remain in the winner's bracket. We'll tell you all about that. We'll get you to the stats, all of that coming up. The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show is next on State Farm Prep Sports.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. For more than 30 years, my team and I have worked hard to help injured people throughout Middle Tennessee. Over that time, we've helped thousands of people get the legal help they need when they've needed it the most. And if we're not able to help or aren't the right lawyer for you, we'll do the best to point you in the right direction. If you've been injured, call the Law Offices of John Day for a free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
Quick, convenient, efficient. 3 words that we all hope to experience when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to bring just that to an industry that's traditionally dictated to the customer when it's time to do business. Whether you're purchasing class pictures in a yearbook, class jewelry, a letter jacket, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience quick, convenient, and efficient. Find out more at jhacompany.com. JHA, your one source for an unparalleled scholastic experience.
It's Brian. I want to tell you why I absolutely love First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. As soon as you go in or pull up to the drive-thru, there's always a "Hi, what can I do for you?" I've been seeing the same faces for many, many years, and that says something about them. At First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, it's more than banking. It's about people. I guarantee you'll feel the same way. If you're not getting that from your bank, come on over with me to First National Bank of Middle Tennessee on Gateway and Memorial Boulevards. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan. Oh, come on, ref! That's simple human sense.
Rayburn Insurance in Smyrna.
Come see me, Rick Hall, at Rayburn Insurance in downtown Smyrna today.
Winners Trophies can help you with customized awards for any occasion. Owner Kelly Hockenberry continues to provide awards for sports teams, churches, recognition awards, and more. Call Winners Trophies at 904-6002. That's 904-6002 for the best in quality, service, and pricing. You can also email Kelly, winnerstrophy@comcast.net. That's winnerstrophy@comcast.net. Any award for any occasion. Winners Trophies, 904-6002.
I'm State Farm Agent Bud Morris, and you're listening to Prep Baseball.
Thank you, Bud Morris. And the first game in the books here, an 11-1 victory for the Oakland Patriots over the Rockville Rockets. It's time for the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air postgame show. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air services all major brands and, in most cases, offers same-day service. Rely on the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air to keep your home or business comfortable year-round. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, 615-890-1311, and online at PrenticeAllsup.com. They're on West College Street here in Murfreesboro. Decades of service to the community. Time in the post-game show to talk about your Dr. Automotive players of the game. And John hurriedly looking over the stats here. I do want to defensively make sure I mention Carson Pack, who barehanded a ball in the fourth inning and threw a strike over to first base. I mean, that got the crowd on their feet. And then he did it again in the fifth.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty amazing. I know two really gems in the game tonight.
So want to make sure we mention him. Other players of the game, I mean, there were a lot of hitting stars for the Oakland Patriots and a lot of stats. I know John's pouring over here. So, I mean, you had Patrick Freeman driving in 3 runs today, and he reached all 3 times, all 3 at-bats, single and an RBI, reached on an error, scored a run, and scored a run and drove in 2 with that 2-run homer as well. So
I think you could have a lot of hitting stars. Hunter Rather was 3 for 4. Evans was 2 for 4. Freeman was 2 for 3. I know the home run pretty much took it away. I mean, the game. So I like power hitters, so we'll go with him. How's that?
There you go. Dr. Automotive players of the game there. Dr. Automotive, the cure for your car. They have ASE certified mechanics and master mechanics out there with auto repair service, foreign and domestic. They do it all. Brothers Danny and Randy Brewer and their whole staff out there at Dr. Automotive are ready and fully equipped to serve your vehicle repair and maintenance needs. They are on Hazelwood Drive in Smyrna, online at autorepairsmyrna.com. Keys to the game, John, if you look at one thing, there's an 8 spot on the board for Oakland in the 4th inning. That's really the big thing.
Yeah, that took the game out of reach, and we thought it was out of reach at about 5-1, and then it got to 6-1, then it's 7, 8, and then the time the thing was over with, it was 10-1. So
well, that Freeman 2-run homer was kind of the icing on the cake.
Right. I mean, yeah, but I mean that 4th inning just took Rockville any chance of them winning was pretty much gone.
Yeah, kind of give you that inning recap. There was an error. So Freeman reaches, and remember that because he's going to come back around. There was a hit by pitch, sack bunt, so 1 out. Then an Evans single, Rather single, Verge double, Wheaton triple, another sack fly, 2 out. Pack with a single, and then the 2-run blast by Freeman, who started it all off. He scored the 3rd and the 10th run in today's game, so that was a huge 4th inning. You know, that is your keys to the game here tonight. Big victory for the Oakland Patriots. Tax laws can be confusing, so get help with your taxes. Craig's Tax Service specializes in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. They are great folks. CraigsTaxService.com, 890-2233. Don't forget, if you missed some of the game tonight, check WGNSSports.com and tap on the Sir Pizza podcast button to download or listen and get your favorite pizza online at sirpizza.com. TN.com. They're on East Main, on South Church Street, and on Memorial Boulevard. Time to get some stats in this game, and John's got them all ready to go, looks like.
All right, Cameron Curtis, a good day for Rockville, 2 for 4, and Ty Newton 1 for 2. Ty Newton went 4 innings tonight. It's really pitched better than what the score indicates. 4 innings, 10 runs, 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 1 hit batter. Sam Smith, 1/3 of an inning, 1 run, 1 earned, 3 hits, 1 walk. And the hitting heroes for Oakland tonight, just about everybody. Asher Evans was 2 for 3, 2 runs with an RBI. Hunter Rather, 3 for 4, a run and an RBI. 7 of the 9 players had an RBI tonight, at least one. Isaiah Verge, 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Wheaton, 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. And he had one of the bigger hits of the night with that big triple back in the 4th. Chris Richardson, 1 for 1 with a run and 2 RBIs. Those were on 2 sac flies. Carson Pack, 1 for 3, 1 run scored, but what a game he played defensively. Patrick Freeman, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs. And let's see, Cole Altop scored a run, and Moton went 0 for 2, but he did score a run, recent on an error. All right, let's look at Micah Freeman's pitching line tonight. Very nice job. 5 innings pitched, 1 run, 1 earned, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. And once he got that big lead, he just mowed them down in the top of the 5th. And that's your stats. They're brought to you by Fans Heating and Air, Winners Trophies, and JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates.
John, I just got in a score on the Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard in softball. Cookeville a winner over Laverne, 16-0. So Cookeville moves on. They will play Stewart's Creek tomorrow, and that is at 5 o'clock. And then Smyrna awaits the winner of the Lebanon-Wilson Central game, and they'll play at 7 tomorrow. That's in the District 7 4A softball tournament. Here you've got the next game coming up, Blackman versus Siegel. Still got time to come on out and enjoy that. Then they're playing through the weekend. If you go to RiverdaleWarriors.com and tap on baseball, you can find the bracket there. Tomorrow we're going to head down to District 7 4A, and at Stewart's Creek. At 7 o'clock, they will take on the Lebanon-Smyrna winner, and it could be an all-North Rutherford County game tomorrow night if Smyrna can get the win at Lebanon this evening. And that's a brief look ahead. District tournaments will continue. Haven't said a whole lot about District 8 4A. They're having their district meeting tomorrow, and I think they're going to try to start playing this weekend in that softball tournament that will be held at Blackman. All right, I guess we're done.
I guess we go home.
Yeah.
Early, before dark.
Again?
Yes.
What's happening?
I don't know.
Want to thank Jackson Smith back at the station for his work this evening as well, and thank you for joining. Hope you enjoyed our State Farm High School baseball game today, and we'll be back tomorrow. So long. For John, I'm Brian. Until the next time we meet at the game.
Rutherford County's biggest sports events are on News Radio WGNS, FM 101.9, FM 100.5, AM 1450, streaming at WGNSSports.com, on our iPhone and Android apps, and always at the game.
Next, another special News Radio WGNS broadcast.
everyone, and welcome to this episode of Tennessee Home and Farm Radio. I'm Thomas Capps. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Chad Smith has more on ways to help farmers and ranchers struggling with mental health.
Studies show that farmer suicide rates are several times higher than the national average. Jessica Cabrera, Managing Director of Member Engagement with the American Farm Bureau Federation, says mental health among farmers and ranchers is an important topic.
There are just so many unpredictable experiences in farming. Experiences such as natural disasters, lots of financial uncertainty, fluctuating markets, labor shortages, trade disruptions. There's so many factors that contribute to extreme stress for farmers and ranchers. I think it's really important to break the stigma around mental health challenges.
If you or someone you know is struggling, the Farm State of Mind website has many resources to help.
You'll find a national resource directory that is searchable. You'll find helpful tips like how to help someone in emotional pain or how to start a conversation with someone. We have videos, including video and radio public service announcements. We have a peer-to-peer support community resource called Togetherall. That resource offers a space for farm family members ages 16 and older, a way to express themselves anonymously and to receive and give peer support. I would say the most impactful way to advocate for mental health wellness among farmers and ranchers is to let everyone know it's okay not to be okay. Encouraging those who are struggling to reach out for help and to let them know that that is a completely acceptable way to move forward. Empowering people to believe that reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not a sign of weakness.
For more information, go to fb.org/farm state of mind.
Thanks, Chad. For Tennessee Home and Farm Radio, I'm Thomas Capps.
The evening news on News Radio WGNS, FM 100.5, FM 101.9, AM 1450, and WGNSradio.com.
We continue the News Watch this evening from News Radio WGNS. I'm Bethany Thompson. When you're away from your radio, you can read the latest news on our website. Check out WGNSradio.com for frequent updates throughout the day and evening. As the news constantly changes, so does the website. That's WGNSradio.com. Your news time is 6:18.
Well, in people with darker skin. Multiple studies have shown. Ashraf Fauzi, a critical care medicine expert at Johns Hopkins, says even the degree to which these devices report aberrant values varies.
Some studies showed that the discrepancy changes throughout the day for the same person. So their skin tone or the skin pigmentation hasn't changed, but you may have a discrepancy for one reading, but for the next reading, there's no discrepancy. And this was much more common in people of black race rather than white race. There's a multifactorial issue going on here, and that's why I say it's probably going to take a technological update to really get these devices to be more accurate.
Fauci says for now, only arterial blood gas measurement will provide correct assessment of blood oxygen levels in people with darker skin. At Johns Hopkins, I'm Elizabeth Tracy.
States have to check the eligibility of each Medicaid recipient now that pandemic-era protections are gone, and they're accidentally kicking off some Americans who still qualify, including homeless people. I'm Sam Whitehead, and this is your KFF Health News Minute. Tasha Evans is one of them. She lost coverage and put off needed dental work.
The teeth broke off. My gums hurt. There's sometimes I don't want to eat.
Between work and trying to find a place to sleep each night, Evans struggled to find the time to get re-enrolled. Tens of millions of Americans have lost Medicaid in the last year. A glass of water a day helps keep the dentist away, unless you live in a community that's banned fluoride. For decades, the mineral has been added to drinking water to help prevent cavities and improve dental health. But in recent years, a wave of communities have stopped adding it. They say people who want fluoride can get it in store-bought products. Research shows fluoridated water saves consumers money on dental care. Visit kffhealthnews.org to read more.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
Upgrade your home's comfort with Roscoe Brown and Carrier smart thermostats. Yep, they're smarter than me. Our cutting-edge technology learns your habits, adjusting your home's temperature for ultimate comfort, all while saving on energy costs. Experience the convenience of controlling your HVAC system. Just click of a button on your phone from anywhere at any time. Turn to the experts at Roscoe Brown and Carrier, where modern comfort meets innovation. Your family's comfort is our family's legacy. We're Roscoe Brown. RoscoeBrown.com.
If someone asked, what's your more? Would you be surprised? Well, at First Bank, knowing your more is where we start. Whether it's seeing your kid's college graduation, seeing the world, or seeing the ocean from your patio, your more helps us see who you are. That's why First Bank offers you more time, more access to local lenders and leaders, more answers, and more products. So tell us, what's your more? First Bank. Bank local. Get more. Member FDIC.
Points. The NASDAQ fell 52 points. U.S. crude oil falling way back down to $77 a barrel, where it was in mid-March, as tensions ease in the Middle East. This could mean prices at the pump could pull back slightly, although refiners are switching to summer blend fuel, which is more expensive in the summer driving season. Demand can push gas higher. Investors waiting for Apple reporting quarterly results tomorrow. Jessica Ettinger, CNBC.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have a plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
Hey guys, don't be that dad without life insurance. When thanks to Ethos, you can be that great dad with life insurance to help keep his family living exactly like they do now, secure and protected in the event of the unexpected. With a fast and easy online experience, some policies as low as $1 a day and up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam, just a few health questions. Ethos makes getting life insurance protection hassle-free. E for easy, E for Ethos at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Medical school debt of some sort, and they're stuck doing managed care 14 minutes, and they tell me, I would love to get out of this madness, but I can't afford to. If you come out of anesthesiology school and you owe nobody anything,
man, you're the negotiation power you have for your next gig.
Do whatever you want.
You can write your ticket.
Whatever you want.
But
man.
if you got stupid, Navient staring down your neck,
you take what you get.
Then you got to go. Oh, I got to take this gig because they're going to.
Many candidates are advised to network their way to a new job. Here's how to become a more effective networker. It goes far beyond posting that you're open to work on LinkedIn. First, when making the initial contact with people, do not send your resume. Send a short message describing your most relevant skills. Ask only for opinions about how you should proceed. That's likely to generate a more energetic and helpful response. You can then follow up a few weeks later by sending your resume. Great networkers understand that every person has slightly different ways they can help, so tailor each message to the recipient's unique position. Do not just mention you went to the same college. Instead, ask how the college prepared that person for their successful career. That's a big difference. And avoid the standard request for help and then waiting and hoping for an answer. Build a rapport with people. Get to know them. They'll be more likely to want to get to know you and help you land your next job. With your next job, I'm Stephen Greenberg.
Careful with resume spammers. This is Soundbites, and I'm Alan Davidson. You don't get a job until you apply. And that's why there are apps specifically designed to get your resume to as many different companies as possible. Lazy Apply, Massive, and similar AI tools all work the same way. Once you pay, they send out hundreds of applications to companies that fit your goal. But only use these tools once you know exactly what you're doing and want. Then check that the system is sending your current resume and cover letter. Also test to ensure that your files won't confuse any of the AI bots. Have realistic expectations. Thousands of people are using thousands of bots, creating a genuine tidal wave of resumes to hundreds of company AI systems. Above all, remember that the best way to find a good job is still word of mouth. With Soundbites, I'm Alan Davidson for CBS News.
I'm Larry Magid with the Connect Safely report. Neurotechnology seems a lot like science fiction, but it's already happening. Connect Safely Youth Advisor Trisha Prabhu explains.
Neurotechnology refers to technologies that either monitor or in some way influence our brains, that is, the neural networks and structures in our brains. Companies such as those launched by Elon Musk or supported by technologists like Bill Gates are already implementing chips into humans' brains.
Elon Musk's Neuralink company has implanted a chip in the brain of someone with paralysis who is now able to use his brain to move the mouse on his computer to play online chess. But there are concerns, such as brain data privacy and the ability to control those who have implants. More at connectsafely.org/radio. With the Connect Safely report, I'm Larry Magid for CBS News.
City Tile and Floor Covering is a family business.
I am third generation, so it started with my grandfather, and then my father, and now me.
Andrew Young with City Tile and Floor Covering.
They see these beautiful hardwood floors, and it just makes a stunning statement in people's homes.
Make your house a showplace. Give your house a new face. Make your house a wow house. City Tile and Floor.
City Tile.
This is John at L&K Trophy. We have a wide assortment of plaques. We have colored tumblers that we can engrave. They work great for gifts. We also offer other options for plaques. So if it's plaques you're looking for, come down to L&K Trophy. We're able to etch glasses and wine glasses. L&K Trophy can engrave just about anything. This is John at L&K Trophy House, 1115 Memorial Boulevard, just down from Smith Brothers Car Wash.
The evening news on News Radio WGNS, FM 100.5, FM 101.9, AM 1450, and WGNSradio.com.
It's 6:29 here at News Radio WGNS, and you're tuned in to your evening news here on your Good Neighbor station. I'm Bethany Thompson. Coming up in just a few seconds, we're going to check in with our friends from the Tennessee Radio Network for all of your local, state, and national news, as well as another look at your forecast for this evening. That's all coming up on News Radio WGNS.
TRN News.
A South Memphis plant that uses toxic chemicals is closing its doors. Sterilization Services of Tennessee closed this week after being in business for more than 40 years. An investigation found there were increased cancer rates near the facility, and as a result, it chose to shut down. One of Nashville's most wanted fugitives turned herself in on Monday, ending a months-long search. 42-year-old Jennifer Urbino was wanted on outstanding warrants of 3 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of aggravated child neglect. In Memphis, one person was left burned after a fire Wednesday afternoon in Whitehaven. Memphis Fire Department officials said that one person was burned in the fire, but didn't specify on the extent of their injuries. People are being asked to avoid the Cane Ridge Drive area at this point in time. I'm Taryn Johnson.
Number 1 for news from across the state. This is the Tennessee Radio Network.
Sometimes you just make good choices, like discovering a tractor that's durable, is affordable, and great looking. Own the TYM T25 right now. Get 0% for 60 months or $1,000 instant cash rebate. A sleek, reliable tractor that looks amazing. Just wait till you see it in person. 0% for 60 months or $1,000 instant cash rebate. Proof positive you make good choices. Get more, do more with TYM tractors. Get yours at TYMoffers.com.
Every 2 minutes, an American is sexually assaulted. The majority of victims know their attacker. It could be your friend, your neighbor, or someone you met at a party. If you said no, it's rape, and it's a crime. This is Christina Ricci with RAINN. Call the National Sexual Assault Hotline today at 1-800-656-HOPE or visit rainn.org. That's RAINN.org.
Brought to you by Rain and this station.
A threat found on the campus of Bryan College has forced the school to cancel classes and close down the campus. A student found the unverified threat at the Student Center around 10 a.m. this morning. The campus is remaining closed until authorities are able to give an all clear. The trial for the civil lawsuit filed against the city of Memphis by the family of Tyree Nichols has officially been pushed back. Nichols died after being beat by Memphis police officers during a traffic stop last year. The federal jury trial will now be held in March of next year. A group of 6 Republican attorney generals, including Tennessee's Jonathan Skrmetti, are suing the Biden administration over recent changes to Title IX. Sarah Bartlett has those details.
It's the 4th lawsuit over the proposed Title IX revisions that would expand protections to students by prohibiting discrimination based on sex, sexual orientation, or gender identity. The suit claims the expansions overstep the president's authority. I'm Sarah Bartlett.
And I'm Taryn Johnson, Tennessee Radio Network News.
Rutherford weather.
We'll have mostly clear skies tonight of a low around 59. Thursday will be sunny for a high near 88. We'll have chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Michael Cotter on News Radio WGNS. Right now it's 83 degrees.
When severe weather strikes, we break in.
A tornado watch is in effect for Rutherford County.
The most up-to-date weather information.
We'll be here with you on radio and with Rutherford Weather Video Channel.
Rutherford weather updates on WGNS and watch on YouTube and Facebook with Rutherford Weather.
Hi, this is Peter Demas with Demas's Restaurants. One of the things when we were looking at trying to craft our menu to help those who are dieting is the side dishes. A lot of times we're so used to eating starches and unhealthy side dishes. In addition to our spinach, which we've had on the menu from the start, we've added zucchini and green beans, but we've also added broccoli. The broccoli is properly steamed so it's not too soft and not too hard. Please have your family join our family for lunch or dinner 7 days a week at Demas's.
Professional investors have some new fears this year. Here's what they are. I'm Jeff Colvin of Fortune magazine with the Fortune Business Update. Last year, Wall Street was obsessed with whether the U.S. economy would have a hard landing or a soft landing, meaning as inflation fell back to normal levels, would we have a recession, a hard landing, or continued economic growth, a soft landing? Now professional investors say we won't have a hard landing or a soft landing. We'll have no landing, meaning inflation won't get all the way back down to normal. So says recent research by J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, and Deutsche Bank. They all conducted surveys of professional investors, finding resurgent inflation is the number one threat to markets, followed by geopolitics, meaning wars and potential wars. What they're not worried about is a recession. Less than 10% of them think that will happen this year. I'm Jeff Colvin.
Now an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
I'm Ron Jordan. Murfreesboro police have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the Tuesday armed robbery of the Dollar General on Halls Hill Pike. Public Information Officer Larry Flowers told WGNS the responding officers spotted the suspect's getaway vehicle, identified as an older model white Chevy Impala, and initiated a felony stop at the intersection of Northfield Boulevard and Memorial Boulevard. The driver hit the gas instead of the brakes, and a brief pursuit ensued, which almost ended in a minor collision with another vehicle on Saddlebrook Drive. Despite the suspects continued to drive, reaching a dead end on Winthorne Drive, where the vehicle finally came to a halt. The suspects exited the vehicle and attempted to escape on foot. Officers caught one suspect nearby, while the other was captured on Freedom Court. They've been booked into the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center pending further investigation into the incident. The Horde property now has a new owner. Developers bought the property in Northwest Broad and I-840 that was previously considered by the Legacy Sports Organization and will undergo development. While few details have been released at this point, Murfreesboro City Manager Craig Tyndall did say
the individual that has it probably will segment it out and let different companies do the active development, so that he's just in the planning phase right now. When you see the plan, you realize just how big it is.
Murfreesboro's long-term road plans are set to enhance the value of future developments in that area, even more with the addition of Cherry Lane Extension at Leanna Road. United Methodist delegates repealed their church's long-standing ban on LGBTQ clergy with no debate on Wednesday. Final vote 692 to 51, the first such legislative gathering in 5 years. I'm Ron Jordan reporting.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news.
Here's Dr. Craig McCabe at McCabe Vision Center.
We now have good treatments for glaucoma that can get you off of your eye drops.
Dr. Craig McCabe, the eye doctor you hear on the radio.
We have treatments for the skin of your face. So not only do we want you to see young, we want you to look younger too and get rid of a lot of that sun damage.
McCabe Vision Center on Heritage Park Drive, just off Memorial, behind SunTrust Bank.
This is a paid legal ad.
When a family member is lost as a result of someone else's negligence, the grief can be unbearable. It also leaves you with a lot of questions like, how did this happen? Who's responsible? And is my family going to be okay? That's a lot to go through, but with the law offices of John Day on your side, you don't have to go through any of it alone. We understand what you're going through, and we have the experience to get the answers, justice, and compensation your family deserves. Call the law offices of John Day.
Time to introduce you to this month's Educator of the Month, sponsored by City Tile and Floor Covering and News Radio WGNS.
I'm Mary Elizabeth Gillespie, and I teach 4th grade English Language Arts at McFadden School of Excellence.
She fell in love with teaching at a young age, playing school with her dolls.
I remember teaching them everything I had just learned at school that day, making up pretend tests and papers to grade. So I guess I just always knew I wanted to become an educator.
Our Educator of the Month, Mary Elizabeth Gillespie at McFadden School of Excellence, says every day is different.
When they have those aha moments from something they've been working really hard on, when it finally clicks with them, that's always cool to see.
She says hearing from her former students is her biggest achievement.
And they tell me different stories they remember about our classroom and tell me how much I meant to them, and they truly haven't forgotten me.
Saluting Mary Elizabeth Gillespie at McFadden School of Excellence, the Educator of the Month, from News Radio WGNS and City Tile and Floor Covering.
In a few years, people looking to let off a little steam in Sin City will be able to do it a lot quicker. I'm Brian Bandmiller on Business. Earlier this week, construction began on a $12 billion high-speed passenger train between Las Vegas and the Los Angeles area. The company, Brightline West, is planning to lay more than 200 miles of new track between Las Vegas and Rancho Cucamonga, California. Almost all of it will be built near Interstate 15, with a station stop in San Bernardino County. In a statement, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg wrote the project will bring thousands of union jobs, less congestion on the road, and less pollution. He predicts there will be millions of ticket buyers boarding trains by 2028. In addition to this project, the company says it plans to link other U.S. cities that are too close for air travel to make sense, but too far for people who want to hop in the car and drive to. And Vegas officials are all for it. The city already draws more than 40 million visitors per year. Might get a few more people there a little faster. Brian Bandmiller, CBS News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Nick Cope.
A pair of Game 5s in the NBA playoffs tonight. Celtics will look to close out the Heat in Boston, coming up at 7:30 Eastern. That'll be followed by the Mavericks and the Clippers in Los Angeles. Series tied at 2 games apiece. Luka Doncic said his knee does not feel good, but he will continue to play through the sprain. No Kawhi Leonard again for L.A. He's dealing with right knee inflammation. The Timberwolves are anticipating Coach Chris Finch to be on hand for Game 1 of their Western Conference semifinal series against the Nuggets. Finch had knee surgery today. In response to Knicks fans' presence in Philadelphia earlier in their series, a group of 76ers owners have bought 2,000 tickets to disperse to first responders, healthcare professionals, and other local Philly organizations. In baseball, Twins won their 10th in a row, 10-5 over the White Sox. Phillies edged the Angels 2-1.
Lately, I've been stopping to smell the roses, and the lilacs, and the bergamot, and the neroli. I've been cruising the perfume counter in every department store, drugstore, or discount store in my city. Something about scents suddenly makes sense. They can be a chaos buffer for a stressful day, a mood lifter for a night in, and they're accessible at all price points. Along the way, I've learned that patchouli has levels and isn't strictly for the earthy, crunchy set. I've also learned that there's about 100 different smells that can come from a rose. My latest obsession? Perfumes by Ellis Brooklyn, a clean, natural fragrance company started by a former beauty reporter. I accidentally stumbled upon a bottle of their Fawn perfume on one of my midday walkabouts. It was clearly priced incorrectly, so I bought it immediately. It's a warm, bright, citrusy scent that dries down to a powdery, fresh, slightly floral scent. It feels like a comforting, cozy blanket. I'm Ingrid Belkayi for the Beauty Mark.
The evening news on News Radio WGNS, FM 100.5, FM 101.9, AM 1450, and WGNSradio.com.
And that was a look at your sports update from NBC here on News Radio WGNS. You're listening to the evening news here. I'm Bethany Thompson. It's 6:42 here at the station, and coming up next, we're going to ask you what you think on your Man on the Street report. Coming up in the next few minutes on News Radio WGNS.
The Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street, across from the tall NHC building.
We've expanded our store. We've increased it about 600 square feet. We would just be very excited for everybody to come check us out.
Proceeds from sales benefit Greenhouse Ministries, a faith-based nonprofit serving the underserved here in Murfreesboro.
We were able to put merchandise into our store that we previously haven't had displayed: maternity clothes, scrubs, activewear, pajamas.
The Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street in downtown Murfreesboro.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
You don't have hot dogs or apple pie or no Chevrolet to drive, but we have some hickory smoked wings you're just dying to try. You'll try them, you'll like them, you'll give some to a friend. So on a dare, just stop on by and bring in a friend. Slick Pig Barbecue, 1920 East Main.
Has there been a breakthrough on a new farm bill? That's the question everyone is asking, as both the House and Senate have shown signs that progress is being made. Hello and welcome to Tennessee Home and Farm Radio. I'm Thomas Capps. U.S. House Agriculture Committee Chairman Glenn Thompson of Pennsylvania announced a new farm bill that he plans to bring up for a vote later this month in committee. Meanwhile, on the Senate side, Senate Ag Committee Chair Debbie Stabenow released details of her own version of a new farm bill. And as Rod Bain reports, this development is leaving folks in the ag industry hopeful, but still uncertain.
Ag industry stakeholders, like Mike Strands of the National Farmers Union, are among many who ask whether a new farm bill can become law in 2024.
That's a good question, and I think you've probably heard a bunch of different answers to will we see a farm bill this year.
An important step to farm bill passage in 2024 was made in both chambers of Congress Wednesday, as the House and Senate Agriculture Committee chairs released their versions of the legislation. Markup of the House bill is scheduled in committee on May 23rd. With various partisan and chamber differences among the Farm Bill proposals, Joe Gilson of the American Farm Bureau Federation believes the final edition
has to be done in a bipartisan way, and we have to have a bipartisan vote at the committee level in order to have the bill see floor time in the summer months.
As the current one-year Farm Bill extension expires on September 30th. I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
With a tight margin in the House, it's unclear if Thompson's version of the Farm Bill could receive support on a floor vote if it passes through committee. And Senator Stabenow has not announced any plan for a committee vote on her proposal. Even if both chambers pass their own versions, it's still taking an act of bipartisanship to settle the differences in the two competing proposals, but still, a slimmer of hope with a long way to go. Bill that helps ensure our food system remains secure. For Tennessee Home and Farm Radio, I'm Thomas Capps.
Pulse oximeters are essential to measure someone's level of oxygen in their blood, yet they haven't been updated since the 1970s, and they're not well regulated by the FDA. That's according to Ashraf Fauzi, a critical care medicine expert at Johns Hopkins, whose research has shown that in people with darker skin tones, inaccuracy abounds.
We're seeing that this problem is happening in the clinical setting. These devices are used in the clinical setting, but they're being tested in healthy participants in the lab. We need more testing and more regulatory guidance about how we should be approaching that testing in a clinical setting. These devices need to be shown that they work in the setting that they're going to be used.
Falsey notes that device regulation is complex and may not require new clinical trials to demonstrate efficacy or safety. He says clinical testing of current pulse oximeters would help define their limitations. At Johns Hopkins, I'm Elizabeth Tracy.
States have to check the eligibility of each Medicaid recipient now that pandemic-era protections are gone, and they're accidentally kicking off some Americans who still qualify, including homeless people. I'm Sam Whitehead, and this is your KFF Health News Minute. Tasha Evans is one of them. She lost coverage and put off needed dental work.
The teeth broke off. My gums hurt. There's sometimes I don't want to eat.
Between work and trying to find a place to sleep each night, Evans struggled to find the time to get re-enrolled. Tens of millions of Americans have lost Medicaid in the last year. A glass of water a day helps keep the dentist away, unless you live in a community that's banned fluoride. For decades, the mineral has been added to drinking water to help prevent cavities and improve dental health. But in recent years, a wave of communities have stopped adding it. They say people who want fluoride can get it in store-bought products. Research shows fluoridated water saves consumers money on dental care. Visit kffhealthnews.org to read more.
Rutherford weather.
We'll have mostly clear skies tonight of a low around 59. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 88. We'll have chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Michael Cotter on News Radio WGNS. Right now it's 83 degrees.
If you're not waking up to the Wake Up Crew, here's what you've been missing.
Did you know I can make noise with my left eye? I was trying to get it on the microphone. Oh, you did.
Weekday mornings from 6 until Swap and Shop.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Hi, I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. Stop by our office in the Public Shopping Center on South Rutherford Boulevard or give us a call at 615-907-7056. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Holden Hardware has been serving the hardware needs of this community since 1948. This is Raleigh Holden Jr. I want to thank our many customers who have helped to keep us in business all these years. I also want to invite those who may be new to this community or have not been in the store lately to visit us. Come experience a unique hardware buying atmosphere with wood floors, old furniture and fixtures, along with a helpful and knowledgeable sales staff. Holden Hardware on the west side of the public square since 1948.
This is a paid legal ad.
Hi, this is John Day of the Law Offices of John Day. I've lived and worked as a lawyer in Middle Tennessee for over 30 years, and to me, every single day has been an honor. That's why our firm is so involved with community programs like bicycle helmet giveaways and our Safe Ride Home program. At the Law Offices of John Day, we're not just looking to make donations. We want to make a difference in the community we hold so dear. And if you're ever injured, know that we are here for you too.
Man on the Street Newsmakers, brought to you by Capstar Bank.
If you're looking for an authentic relationship with financial experts who genuinely care about your unique needs, Capstar Bank is for you. Capstar Bank is dedicated to the people of this community. Capstar Bank wants to help you reach your financial goals, because at Capstar Bank, you matter to us. Capstar Bank, 2230 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, capstarbank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Information you need.
We don't have enough emergency shelter space, but the real issue is affordable housing.
That's Amber Hampton.
We have folks that come through the shelter, they get a check every single month, and they just can't find housing. The list is just insanely long. We live in a college town, so college kids are going to scoop up the cheaper housing faster. There's a lot of folks that if we could find them available places to rent for like $400 or $500 a month, we could put them in housing today, but it just doesn't exist right now.
Murfreesboro Rescue's Ed Grimes says people need to work together.
Today, there is a collaborative effort trying to bring organizations together so that we don't duplicate services. Right now, it's still an underserved population because we don't have that bed space that we need. The services that are being provided today are definitely services that are needed.
Hampton concluded.
We've got the pieces of the puzzle that we need. We just don't have enough. So, there's not enough outreach happening. There's not enough shelter happening. But we have the pieces. There's just not enough of it happening to where it's hitting what we need. We all work really well together, and we've got the pieces of the puzzle that we need. We just don't have enough.
And that's information you need. Brought to you by Capstar Bank.
Many candidates are advised to network their way to a new job. Here's how to become a more effective networker. It goes far beyond posting that you're open to work on LinkedIn. First, when making the initial contact with people, do not send your resume. Send a short message describing your most relevant skills. Ask only for opinions about how you should proceed. That's likely to generate a more energetic and helpful response. You can then follow up a few weeks later by sending your resume. Great networkers understand that every person has slightly different ways they can help. So tailor each message to the recipient's unique position. Do not just mention you went to the same college. Instead, ask how the college prepared that person for their successful career. That's a big difference. And avoid the standard request for help and then waiting and hoping for an answer. Build a rapport with people. Get to know them. They'll be more likely to want to get to know you and help you land your next job. With your next job, I'm Stephen Greenberg.
Rutherford weather.
We'll have mostly clear skies tonight of a low around 59. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 88. We'll have chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Michael Cotter on News Radio WGNS. Right now it's 83 degrees.
Listen each weekday morning at 9 o'clock for the Roundtable here on News Radio WGNS. Interesting hosts and guests with the news, views, politics, sports, and people that are shaping Rutherford County. Here on News Radio WGNS. The evening news on News Radio WGNS, FM 100.5, FM 101.9, AM 1450, and WGNSradio.com.
We are 7 minutes away from 7 o'clock here at News Radio WGNS. You're listening to your evening news here. I'm Bethany Thompson, getting you through this next hour or so of news. Coming up next, we're going to check in with a look at your local news as well as another look at your forecast. That's all coming up here in just the next couple of minutes on News Radio WGNS.
Now an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
I'm Ron Jordan. 2 men were arrested Tuesday afternoon for robbing a Dollar General store in Murfreesboro. Police say the 2 men robbed the Dollar General on Halls Hill Pike at gunpoint at about 3:10 in the afternoon. Officers later saw the getaway car, a white older model Chevy Impala, and initiated a traffic stop near the intersection of Northfield Boulevard and Memorial Boulevard. Police say the 2 men inside the vehicle then got out and ran away, one taken into custody nearby while the other was arrested on Freedom Court. Both men are facing charges of armed robbery and evading arrest and were booked into the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center. State Representative Brian Terry, an MD from Murfreesboro, Deputy Senate Speaker Shane Reeves of Murfreesboro have expressed solidarity with the city of Murfreesboro's challenge to Browning Ferris Industries' waste system of Tennessee's proposed permit modification for the Middle Point landfill. In a letter to the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation last week, Murfreesboro officials outlined several concerns related to the change, including environmental impacts, significant foul odors, and drainage issues. The permit changes would allow BFI to place waste above the aluminum waste recreation area. Officials believe that change could impact the proper drainage of contaminated liquid and that BFI will be unable to prevent odors from getting into the community, among other significant impacts on public health and quality of life. News on demand 24/7 at our website, WGNSradio.com. When news breaks, we tweet it. Follow us on X at WGNSradio and go to Facebook.com/WGNSradio and hit the like button. I'm Ron Jordan reporting.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news.
Hey, this is Dan with Music World and Drummers Den. Come in for your guitars, keyboards, drums. We have you covered. Our prices will normally meet internet prices. When I buy a guitar, I have to put my hands on the guitar neck. You can do that here. You can try your instrument before you ever put any money on it at all. And still cheaper than what you could get online most of the time, at least match their prices at worst. Come see us at Music World and Drummers Den, 2762 South Church Street, right across from the golf course.
Hi, this is John at L&K Trophy. We'd like you to come down and take a look at our new line of insulated tumblers. We have colored tumblers that we can engrave. They work great for gifts. We have several different sizes and styles of mugs. They can be engraved or they can be printed in full color. We also offer lots of other options for plaques. This is John at L&K Trophy, 1115 Memorial Boulevard, just down from Smith Brothers Car Wash.
Is it real writing or AI? This is Soundbites, and I'm Alan Davidson. Teachers, editors, everyone who cares about authenticity in writing, you should check out the AI Detector. This online app does one thing well. It reviews any piece of writing and tells you whether it was probably created by an actual human being or an AI chatbot. Paste in your text and you'll get its opinion. It's just that easy. AI Detector analyzes down to the sentence level, and it's trained to recognize content from today's most popular chatbots with updates for newer language models as they're released. And it also works across languages, 30 different ones. A free account will get you started, and additional proofreading tools are available with a premium upgrade. Give it a try at wordvice.ai. With Soundbites, I'm Alan Davidson for CBS News.
I'm Larry Magid with the Connect Safely report. Neurotechnology seems a lot like science fiction, but it's already happening. Connect Safely Youth Advisor Trisha Prabhu explains.
Neurotechnology refers to technologies that either monitor or in some way influence our brains, that is, the neural networks and structures in our brains. Companies such as those launched by Elon Musk or supported by technologists like Bill Gates are already implementing chips into humans' brains.
Elon Musk's Neuralink company has implanted a chip in the brain of someone with paralysis who is now able to use his brain to move the mouse on his computer to play online chess. But there are concerns, such as brain data privacy and the ability to control those who have implants. More at connectsafely.org/radio. With the Connect Safely report, I'm Larry Magid for CBS News.
Rutherford weather.
We'll have mostly clear skies tonight of a low around 59. Thursday it'll be sunny of a high near 88. We'll have chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Michael Cotter on News Radio WGNS. Right now it's 83 degrees.
I'm attorney John Day, and since opening our law office in Murfreesboro, we've helped hundreds of people get the legal help they've needed. We have opened a new, larger office on Medical Center Parkway just across the street from the hospital. Remember, there's no fee unless we win your case.
The evening news on News Radio WGNS, FM 100.5, FM 101.9, AM 1450, and WGNSradio.com.
It's almost 7 o'clock here at News Radio WGNS. Thanks so much for listening to this first hour of your evening news, but don't go anywhere. We've got another hour of your local news, weather, and sports.
Portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, flagship station for MTSU Sports. Courthouse clock time, 7 o'clock. Now an update from the WGNSradio.com News Center.
I'm Ron Jordan. The Horde property now has a new owner. Developers bought the property in Northwest Broad and I-840 that was previously considered by the Legacy Sports Organization and will undergo development. While few details have been released at this point, Murfreesboro City Manager Craig Tyndall did say,
the individual that has it probably will segment it out and let different companies do the active development, so that he's just in the planning phase right now. When you see the plan, you realize just how big it is.
Murfreesboro's long-term road plans are set to enhance the value of future developments in that area, even more with the addition of Cherry Lane Extension at Leanna Road. Murfreesboro police have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the Tuesday armed robbery of the Dollar General on Halls Hill Pike. Public Information Officer Larry Flowers told WGNS the responding officers spotted the suspect's getaway vehicle, identified as an older model white Chevy Impala, and initiated a felony stop at the intersection of Northfield Boulevard and Memorial Boulevard. The driver hit the gas instead of the brakes, and a brief pursuit ensued, which almost ended in a minor collision with another vehicle on Saddlebrook Drive. Despite the suspects continued to drive, reaching a dead end on Winthorne Drive, where the vehicle finally came to a halt. The suspects exited the vehicle and attempted to escape on foot. Officers caught one suspect nearby, while the other was captured on Freedom Court. They've been booked into the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center pending further investigation into the incident. United Methodist delegates repealed their church's long-standing ban on LGBTQ clergy with no debate on Wednesday. Final vote 692 to 51, the first such legislative gathering in 5 years. I'm Ron Jordan reporting.
The Good Neighbor Network, on air and online at WGNSradio.com. Rutherford County's most trusted source for local news. CBS Radio
Repeal
News.
won't take effect until 90 days after the close of the legislative session.
The Federal Reserve is keeping rates at a 23-year high. Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
We do not expect that it will be appropriate to reduce the target range for the federal funds rate until we have gained greater confidence that inflation is moving sustainably toward 2%.
Harvey Weinstein was back in a New York courtroom today. CBS's Matt Piper explains.
Harvey Weinstein was in a wheelchair in court more than 4 years after his conviction was hailed as a milestone for the Me Too movement. The judge says he expects to hold a new trial after Labor Day. It comes about a week after the state's highest court threw out his 2020 rape conviction, saying there was too much evidence not directly related to what the 72-year-old was charged with. The prosecutor saying, "We believe in this case and will be retrying this case."
This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-230-2777. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-230-2777. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
A grisly discovery in Poland. CBS's Vicki Barker reports.
Amateur archaeologists in Poland have unearthed 5 human skeletons under the former headquarters of the Nazi war criminal Hermann Goering. The 3 adults, a teenager and a baby, are missing their hands and feet, though that might have been natural decomposition. Goering was just one Nazi leader to spend time at the remote Wolf's Lair military headquarters during World War II. It's not yet clear if the bodies were placed there during, before, or even after the Nazi occupation. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Several leaders of Tesla's vehicle charging team have posted social media messages saying they were told that the entire group of about 500 had been eliminated by CEO Elon Musk. The tech news site The Information reported that Musk told managers of the layoffs in an email. Cutting the charging department raises questions about whether adding EVs from other automakers would work with no staff support for the changes. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Rutherford weather.
We'll have mostly clear skies tonight of a low around 59. Thursday will be sunny with a high near 88. We'll have chances for showers and thunderstorms Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Michael Cotter on News Radio WGNS. Right now it's 83 degrees.
If you're not waking up to the Wake Up Crew, here's what you've been missing.
You had a day off in... Yeah, I do it too.
Don't miss the Wake Up Crew with John, Brian, and Dalton.
Mr. Haney, quit running.
Here on News Radio WGNS.
I've just closed my eyes again, climbed aboard the Dreamweaver train, trying to take away my worries of today and leave tomorrow behind. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. Ooh, Dreamweaver, I believe we can reach the morning light.
This is Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
This is a vast universe, and how many other civilizations could be out there? One person who continues to search is Seth Shostak from the SETI Institute, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and we'll be talking to him in a moment on Coast to Coast AM. We talk a lot about ID theft these days. Look out for scammers. They're doing everything they can to get into your pocket. Unauthorized accounts on your credit report, inability to file your taxes because your Social Security number may be stolen. It is so important to understand how cybercrime and identity theft affect our lives, with your personal information getting exposed so often, making it dangerously easy for a cybercriminal to steal your identity. Protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock. LifeLock detects and alerts you to potential identity threats that you may not spot on your own. Loans are taken out in your name, crimes committed by thieves pretending to be you. And if you do become a victim of identity theft, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. It's easy to help protect yourself with LifeLock. Join now, save up to 25% off your first year with promo code GEORGE when you call 1-800-LifeLock or head on over to LifeLock.com. Use promo code GEORGE for 25% off.
There's so much happening around our country, from border issues to local crimes happening in your backyard. Byrna is a less lethal pistol that can protect you from potential threats surrounding you. That's BYRNA. The Byrna less lethal pistol fires powerful deterrents like tear gas and kinetic ammo. Byrna is a great alternative you can rely on if you're ever in the situation where you need protection but don't want to use deadly force. One bullet can ruin 2 lives. It's legal in all 50 states, no background checks are required, and it's shipped right to your door. Government agencies and police departments across the country rely on Byrna as their go-to less lethal option. It works for them and will work for you. Check out their 14,000 4.5-star reviews. Byrna is proudly American, manufactured in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's time to join the 500,000 others who have purchased a Byrna. Visit Byrna.com/radio10 for an exclusive 10% discount. That's BYRNA.com/radio10.
And welcome back to Coast. George Norrie with you. One of our favorite guests back with us, Seth Shostak, directing the search for extraterrestrials at the SETI Institute in California, trying to find evidence of intelligent life in space. He is also committed to getting to the public, especially young people, excited about astrobiology and science in general. A couple of his books include Life in the Universe, Confessions of an Alien Hunter, Cosmic Company, Sharing the Universe, Perspectives on Extraterrestrial Life. Seth, welcome back. How are you?
Just fine, George, and it's great to talk with you again. It's been a long time.
My God, but how many years we've been doing this now?
Well, that I'm not so sure of, but I think one of the first times I spoke to you, I was down at the Arecibo Radio Observatory, using the big dish there to try and eavesdrop on ET, and my gosh, that's at least 20 years ago.
At least I was doing my local show in St. Louis at the time.
That's right.
So that would have probably made it around 96, 97.
Yeah, that could be. I was around. It shocks me to say that when I think of how long ago it was.
Now, is Arecibo functioning at all anymore?
Well, I don't know that they're using it. I honestly, that's a very good question for which I have, alas, no answer. But, anybody can do a quick search to see if they are. They had problems because, the parts of the dish collapsed and so forth. And the problem was to fix it. Well, let me back up a moment. A piece of the antenna actually came loose and it dropped through the reflecting dish underneath, creating a big hole and a lot of damage. And the estimate was that it was going to cost, many millions of dollars to fix that. And, okay, many millions is not so much, but, many of the people involved figured, look, instead of spending that money fixing Arecibo, why don't we use that money to build something else?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen.
Tell us about the late Frank Drake and how this all started.
Yeah, Frank Drake, whom I usually refer to as the world's last nice guy. Unfortunately, he's gone now, so, there are no more nice guys, I guess. But he was a guy who actually had studied radio astronomy at Harvard, and he got a postdoc position at the National Radio Astronomy Observatory in Greenbank, West Virginia. Okay, that's a lot of words, but it was an observatory that had a lot of big antennas and some new ones. And the director of the observatory, a guy by the name of Otto Struve, he met this guy, Frank Drake, the new kid. He was 29, 30 years old, something like that. And he said, look, here are some new antennas. Think of something to do with them. And Frank, who was, a very smart guy, he thought instead of using it to study galaxies or gas in the Milky Way or stuff like that, he thought, why don't I try and eavesdrop on signals that maybe aliens are broadcasting? And that was the start of the whole SETI discipline. It began with Frank Drake. That was back in 1960.
And since the beginning of SETI, have you heard strange anomaly signals?
We hear signals all the time, George. I wish I could tell you that we heard a signal that, looked like it might be what we're really looking for, which is, of course, a signal broadcast by some aliens. But we have not. And, what can you say about that? One, maybe it just means there aren't any aliens. I don't believe that. I don't think you believe that. I don't think anybody believes that. The other possibility, of course, is you're not pointing the antenna in the right direction. You're not tuned to the right frequency. Maybe you don't have enough sensitivity. There are lots of ways. There could be, plenty of radio traffic in space, but you could still miss it. So that kind of an experiment continues today. We continue to hope to find a signal that would tell us essentially overnight that we're not alone.
What are the possibilities, Seth, that their technology is way advanced and they don't even use the kind of technology we still use to pick up these signals? Yeah,
that's a legitimate point. And actually, I've heard it from a lot of people who say, you guys, you're looking for radio signals. Well, radio, come on, the aliens are way beyond all that. Well, this may be comforting to you being in the radio business, but radio will never be obsolete because it's just a good way to send information from one place to another, particularly if you're talking about one place in the cosmos to another place in the cosmos. So, there's always going to be radio. It doesn't mean it has the same use. Maybe they're not broadcasting top 40 or anything like that, but radio will always be used. And, that's what we look for because radio signals just go right through space. They're unhindered by the fact that there's a lot of gas and dust between the stars.
How does the universe make sounds anyway, Seth?
Well, the universe doesn't make terribly many sounds. You can go out into space and take off your spacesuit if you really want to do that and take a listen. You won't hear much. But there are things that do make sounds, actually. Some of the activity, for instance, on the sun, these big flares and so forth, they undoubtedly make some audio, but you'd have to be very close to the sun to hear them. Remember, you only hear things, in your daily life because we've got an atmosphere on Earth, and the atmosphere, the air actually allows sound waves to go through it. So, it conducts the sound from wherever it's being made to your ear. So somebody honks their car behind you, that sound wave goes through the air between that car and you. But in space, there's not too much air, so they could honk and you wouldn't hear them.